Nothing can stop me. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell you good night, 'cause I'll find a better one, yeah. Susceptible night, before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell you good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible night, before the moment flies.
All right. It is Sunday. And guess what? It's not drinking hand, but guess what? We got a great topic for tonight. We got a special guest that's going to be popping up tonight, including you guys. You guys are the best guests to have. But we're going to be talking about 7 things that successful expats, not successful pookies, not passport bros. You know, pookies go places. They're successful in what they do. We're not talking about Ray Rays. We're not talking about passport bros. We talk about those of you who are at that stage where you might be considering over the next couple of years of relocating to another country. But how do you go about this successfully? The first thing that you have to realize is that it takes a certain mindset to do this successfully. If you have the wrong mindset, I'm telling you, what would have taken you only 3 years to accomplish, some of us ends up taking us 10 years to accomplish that goal of relocating to the country that we want to relocate to, be around the people that we want to be around, and enjoy the life that we want to enjoy. Because we tried to do it. Some of y'all tried to relocate to other countries. You ain't had the right mindset. So you had to take your happy tail back to the United States. So we're going to talk about 7 things with our special guest regarding the mindset that will allow you to be successful when you decide to become an expat. If you want to relocate outside the United States or Canada or UK for 6 months out of the year and go back for 6 months, or you want to choose one country or several countries. Remember, you're a man with a passport. You're a woman with a passport. You hold no obligation to one flag. I'll say that again. For all you, my country 'tis of thee, all you dudes and all you ladies, I'm cool with that. I say that again. I ain't got nothing against people that want to stay in the United States. 72% of y'all gonna stay in the United States no matter what we say on this live stream. No matter what I said over the last 4 years, no matter what Taylor Made Dreams have said, no matter what Chopper Pot TV has said, Kings and Dreams has said, Flyboy Way, Ace Live, Marwa, no matter what Maya, Afro Wahida, no matter what anybody says, you're going to keep your happy tail in the States. And you just go use your passport for traveling. Got you. Nothing wrong with that. Not at all. Somebody got to love the United States, right? Somebody got to be there to pay them taxes, right? Why not you? But we're talking to gentlemen and ladies who actually are serious about relocating. And you see some people relocate, but then they had to take their happy butt back to the States. They ran out of money? Nope. They got in trouble in another country? Nope. Something happened so bad in a relationship, they just couldn't handle it, and they had to go back to the United States. Nope. The number one reason why people fail when it comes to being an expat is because you don't leave with the right mindset. And you didn't have the right mindset before you left. So we're going to be talking about those 7 things. So I'm going to do what I normally do is I'm about to get these shout outs. Shout out to you guys. All right, first one in the building is, let me put my glasses on, pretending like I can see something. Just pretending like I can see much better. He said, my family was just questioning me about moving. I told them I'm not going anywhere until I find a job and I could work abroad. Hopefully by August for 37th. And I didn't get that last part, the August for the 37th. But explain that one to me. He said, and I want to work on my ESP and lose weight. Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. Get it all together. Espanol, get that Espanol together, just like your boy Andre. I'm with you on that one. Gabrielle is in the building, giving out the salutes and the peace and the blessings to all. Shout out to you, brother. Glad to see that you're in here, along with Stefano and the Mejente. Make sure that you guys do what Stefano always leads us to do. He says, appreciation. Push that like button. We like you. Make sure you like us too, guys. And I'm doing a Denzel look. You know how Denzel be reading the script? Denzel be like this because he can't see because he got the bifocals like I got. So he be reading the script from the bottom. I'm doing a Denzel read today like this. Okay. And lastly, keep your comments clean and professional. Think before you type. That's a good one, brother. Racket Club in the building. What's up, family? What's up with the fly cigar? Chilling. I see you, brother. What? We got Black Scorpion in the building, representing with the peace sign, as well as my man or ma'am, Snuggles. Nobody really knows. Nobody knows the Snuggles secret. Nobody's seen Snuggles. It doesn't say sir. It doesn't say, okay, Snuggles, here we go. Can you give us a hint on this channel? What does the 668 stand for? Is that an area code? Let us know what the 668 stand for, because your answer might just let us know if you're male or female. Drop that link. You know what, Snug? I might drop the link tonight for real. Why you playing? Why are you playing? Yeah, that mindset is very important, guys. Shout out to Charles in the building. Chat room, good evening. Let's see who else we have in here. We got Kenny, my man Kenny's in the building. We got a chance to hang out and watch the basketball game the other day. We just watched Denver demolish. Hey, guys, that game was over in the first quarter. We just watched Denver demolish Miami. It just was embarrassing. Miami was playing like they were the Lakers, playing like they were in high school. Bad game. Bad game. All right, Tevin's in the building. He said, yes, Andre, this topic was long overdue. Yes, that mindset, man. That mindset. And I kid you not, one of the blessings, in all sincerity, guys, that I'm glad that I had taken care of before I left the States. I started traveling, right? Here's my thing. I started traveling. Okay, I'm leaving the United States. I'm moving to another country, right? So I got the game plan. But I had so much baggage as far as my American mindset baggage, me being a player baggage, me not finishing stuff baggage, me not having my finances right baggage, even though I was making good money baggage. I had property to sell and responsibilities baggage. So I had so much baggage that was mindset focused. I'm so glad that I took care of it before I left the States. So when I left the States, a lot of my baggage that I had didn't even come with me. It didn't even come with me. That's one of the few things that I could say. So I see so many dudes fall on their face while they're here in Colombia because they try to bring the same baggage that they had in the States that they thought was no big deal. And then when they go to another country, it shows his face, it rears its ugly head. And all of a sudden, their experience in their new country is just as bad as in their old country. You come to Colombia and now you're depressed because you was depressed in the States. Why? Because you ain't clean up what you need to clean up in the States. It's that mindset. A lot of you dudes got the money. I'm going to say that again. You ex-military pension having brothers, all you brothers that got your businesses on point. Some of you got your online job. You're doing cybersecurity. Some of you brothers got everything already set up on the financial side. But your mindset is so messed up. You got to clean some things up to be a successful expat. Anybody can be an expat. I'm gonna say this again. Anybody can buy a plane ticket, pack their stuff in a suitcase, and fly to any country. You can be an expat. The key is, can you be a successful expat? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Because if you can't do that, that's your for real. Shout out to my man John in the building representing. Shout out, John. What's up, brother? I meant these super chats in a minute, guys. My man Louis in the building representing. Shout out to Louis. Like that stream, that's right. Click that like button, guys. Thank you very much. If you guys are interested in a consultation, hit your boy up, hit me up. We've been doing really good with the consultations lately. I got some guys that I did consultation with. I need to send you the video. Actually, tomorrow is dedicated to sending out the videos and all the information that I'm researching for you guys that I do the consultations with. Because part of the consultation is not just getting information, but it's getting the answer to your questions that you might have. Like, Andre, do you know where this is? Or could you get some information on this? Or could you research that for me? So a lot of times I do a like Russ, and who else said this about me? Richie Mack, Zoom to Thailand. He said, man, you do way more than I would doing my consultations. I'm just giving the information. They can run with it. He said, man, you doing homework and research and liaison work. So yeah, if you guys are interested in consultation, just hit your boy up. I got your back. I mean, in the building, shout out to him. Moving to San Pedro. Okay, here we go. DR in the building, man. You in August. All right, that's what's up, brother. I'm glad for you. I'm glad that is taking place in your life, man. You took your time, you laid your foundation. Now you're about to move. I ain't mad at you. Oh, his birthday. That's the birthday. That's not telling much. That's not telling much, Sarge. I'm gonna get that mystery. I'll be getting that. I'll be one of the few brothers that be able to solve the mystery of Snuggles. All right, Techie says, support, brother. Thank you very much for the support, brother. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank all you guys tonight for the super chats. We got 52 people in the house. Make sure that you guys click that like button. Like I always say, I like you. Make sure you like us too. We got Will in the building looking so cool with the photo shoot. Will looking so cool. You see how he giving an angle? Will giving us the angle. Hey, Dre, how have you been doing? Hope all is well. Everything's going pretty good. Andrea's hanging out with her family today. She's got family that came in from out of town, so she's hanging out with them. Then she was hanging out with her dad and her brother yesterday. They're just having a good time. So, yeah. All right. A Blade Runner is in the building as well. Good evening, gentlemen. My man Mark is in the building. Kenny Peoples in the building. Shout out to Kenny. Shout out to you, Ken. It was good talking to you the other day, man. Pretty good. Hey, Ken, we still need to get together, bro. Mark is in the building. Salute to you, brother. Salute to you also. With the New York hat representing the NY. Snuggles, yeah, I know Snuggles in the business. Man, Snuggles be thinking he's slick, man. Snuggles be on YouTube tour. Man, he be on everybody's live stream. Man, he be like, man, it's Snuggles in here. You can't even sneak into a live stream without Snuggles already being there with a wrench. All right, here we go. My brother said, what up, bro? Back in Cali in 3 weeks. Can't wait to meet you, Guru. Yeah, man, let me know when you get down here, man. Hit me up. Definitely. I'm going to put my email in the comment section. So any of you guys that's coming down to Cali, let your boy know. Shoot me an email so we can set up a date of hanging out, take you to some of our favorite restaurants. And, only time I have a club down here is when I'm hanging out with you guys. So if you guys aren't in town, I'm not clubbing. So let's see. Let's get that right there. And bada boom. All right. Look like we got good Wi-Fi today, too. Got my uncle in the building, Ghostface, representing. Shout out to Jeff. Appreciate you, brother. Love you. All right, Charles says, my last trip to Rio de Janeiro. All right, and he says, I was asking that question, when am I going to be an expat? I need to work on that. And I kid you not, the expat part is really mainly the mindset. It really is, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's really not the money. It's really not the money. You guys who are no statistically, most guys that have just passport owners are usually guys that have ability to either make money or come up on some type of money. I said normally. Now you got Pookies and Ray Rays. Don't get me wrong. They got passports. But statistically, no, it shows that most men that have passports are men of means or men of focus or futuristic thinkers, visionaries. The average man in the United States is not thinking about a passport. Doesn't even own a passport. That's why men in other countries are so amazed at men in the United States. They're like, man, y'all have the opportunity to have one of the strongest passports in the world, and most of y'all don't have it. They are mesmerized that we don't have passports, most of us in the United States. So most men that do have passport, you got a great mindset. That's a great start right there. See, I need to work on that. But most of it is not our money. It's really the mindset that we have to be able to keep us out of the country. I hope you understand where I was going with that. I'm gonna tell you what I mean. Many of us have the mindset that can keep us traveling. You've been in DR for 5 years and you've been at least 3 or 4 times a year. That's at least 15 to 20 trips to DR. You got great mindset for traveling, but you do not have the mindset that it takes to live in DR. Some men don't have that. Even though you got passports, even though you got money. But to be a successful expat, just like what Charles was saying, I need to work on that because that's what I did. I had to work on it too. Kid you not, fellas. Kenny says, thank you very much, Ken, for the super chat. And also join the Patreon, Ken. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much. You surprised me. I mean, you already told me that you're going to do it, but it's like after the basketball game, I saw you. I appreciate that, brother. Relocating and finally meeting the right woman. Come on, in Cali, yes. Ken happy. Ken is that's a happy man right there. Is the best move I ever made. And this is the crazy part. Ken, you know how I always say, I'm gonna bust your head. Ken bust me upside the head. Man, Ken walked up in that Hooters. Man, Ken had lost like 20, 25 pounds. Man, I barely recognized Ken. All up in the face, the body. I'm like, I'm thinking I'm doing good with the weight loss and feeling good and exercising to get my little walks in and going to the gym. Man, Ken doing his thing, man. Ken came in here, big boy, not. And then you looking at Russ, Tailor-Made Dreams, man, down in Thailand, man. I looked at Russ, man. I be barely recognizing him now. So, yeah, you don't have to wait till you become a slim goodie in order to come to these countries. You can come to these countries and still get your exercise and your workout on and take care of yourself with the healthy eating as well. He said, with no split line bifocal. Yeah, these are split line bifocals. Yep. So if I go like this, I can't see a word. But if I go like this, I can see everything. Yeah, these are splits for your boy for being nearsighted and farsighted. I forget which one of my eyes are which. That's what I forget. Okay, yeah, you point your nose and you say you want to read and look. Yeah, you see me putting the head up like, okay, let me see what I got. Like an old dude. Look up to see far. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, guys. Thank you once again. Thank you guys who support the Patreon. Our goal for tonight is just two people to join the Patreon. We appreciate that, guys. I don't care if it's the $5 one. I don't care if it's the $25 one. I don't care if it's the $100 one. I just care that I want you to get as much information as possible to help you out with your journeys as an expat, and that's what our Patreon is set up for. And I got some hot videos dropping in this up and coming week too. Oh yeah. There's a new club I went to. I was like, dang, they looking like that in here. I'll be going back. It's about to go down. Yeah, Edwin, it's about to go down. Shout out to you guys. There's a lot of you guys in here tonight. All right. Black Nubians in the building as well. Shout out to you. My man's in the building. Shout out to you. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're talking to Ken. Yeah, it was great hanging out. Much love, brother. That was good hanging out. It's good. This is the funny part. It was like a bunch of us brothers in the Hooters, and like a bunch of other expat brothers were at the bar down the street. But we were the hungry crew. So we like, man, we eating. We watching this basketball game. We eating. And then the guys went down to the, to the bar where the other guys were. But we all were tired. We just went home. Shout out to Pete in the building. He said, Andre, what's up? He said, I have a question. Someone asked a question that I already know the answer, but I'd like to know what your opinion. How much should you make a month? Brother asked me that today in US dollars to live overseas for a simple guy with his own crib. Okay, great question. I was dropping off a brother at the airport today. Shout out to him. And he asked me, we were talking about literally the same question. And thanks for asking that, Pete. And he said this, and I gave him this answer. He said to me, he said, well, Dre, I'm at 85,000 a year. He said, I'm trying to get myself to I'm making like 60,000 a year online. I said, what country are you trying to live in where you need to make $60,000 a year as a single man, other than the West, like UK or Canada, United States? I say, because basically, other than maybe a couple countries in Europe, I say you ain't gonna need no $60,000 a year to be as a single man to be living the life of Riley in the life of luxury in most countries. I said, man, you spend $60,000 a year in Colombia, especially. He said, I love Colombia. I've been in other countries. I love it. I said, I'm gonna tell you something. You spend $60,000 a year in Colombia, you tricking on a level that ain't too many dudes tricking. And I broke it down to him. I said, for me and Andrea, with the vehicle, with car insurance, filling up gas tanks, we eat ultra healthy. So we're buying the best of the best foods, including all the places that we travel to. Plus, y'all know I don't go to no raggedy restaurants. All the best restaurants we want to go to. Y'all see my cologne collection. I got about good $3,000-$4,000 worth of colognes back here already, right? I just ordered about 4 more Creeds, right? You with me? We still, as a couple, in all sincerity, we might spend $25,000 to $30,000 a year. I didn't say that's all we make. I said we might as a couple. And in most countries, Portugal, where we're talking about going to, Italy, Spain, many places in Southeast Asia, all of South America, all of Central America, many other areas of Europe, you could get away with $25K to $30K. And I'm talking about go where you want to, drink what you want to, enjoy what you want to. If you are in most countries and you hit the 40,000 per year mark in spending, and I'm not talking about you using money to buy property and things like that. I'm not talking about the business side. I'm just talking about the regular everyday you expenses, and you living the best life that you want to, and you dating and you having fun, you enjoying yourself. I'm telling you this. If you spending more than 30 to 40,000 a year in most countries, you are tricking. But I only got one girl, you tricking. You can trick with one woman. You spending way too much money. Way too much money. If you see me and Andre and we do whatever we want to do, go wherever we want to go, hang out wherever we want to, we fly to wherever we want to fly to on 25,000 a year, and the rest of our money goes towards investments, there is no way you single dudes, and we got the best medical insurance. It ain't like we got no raggedy medical insurance. We got the best car insurance, because we know Colombians can't drive and they will bump into you fast. So for all you guys that wonder, on average, let's say you go into Medellin and Cartagena, I will boot that up to 30,000 a year on average. Because Medellin and Cartagena is in Bogota is a little bit more expensive than Cali and most other areas of Colombia, like Manizales, Pareda, Armenia, which are nice sized cities. But I'm telling you, that's Colombia. At least in most countries, you are not spending over 40,000 a year. In Portugal, the average Portuguese, just look up statistically what the average person makes in those countries. The average person in Portuguese between Portugal, Italy, and Portugal, Italy, and Spain, the average person makes less than $1,200 a month. You dudes make $1,200 a month just BSing around. So the key is getting yourself to the point where you make that money online, or if you're opening up a business in that country, kind of like Flip Flop open up his restaurants. You got guys that have done things like that open up brick and mortars in certain countries, or even like a couple of my partners have actually gone to Bogota and purchased companies, businesses that were for sale. Beauty salons and things like that were for sale. But me, I like my business to be on go with me. I could take my company to any country I want to. I like it like that. So I like it when I could take my career before I had my own and I was just working online like a lot of you guys. I like the fact that I was working online and I could be in any country I want to and just make my money. But that was a really good question. Really good question, Peter. Shout out to you for that question. All right, Dre, namesake in the building. Oh, this okay. 668, the area code. Yeah, that's all I need to know, Ken. Snuggles is a guy. That's what I thought. Snuggles is a guy. Snuggles is not a female. Women rarely, if ever, symbolize their area codes. Ever. They'll symbolize a birthday, a special day, their kid's birthday. They never, when the last time you seen a woman ever symbolize in any way her area code? But us dudes, us 313 boys, the 216 boys, see what I'm saying? Them 813 Tampa boys, men will glorify our area code all day long as if it was an investment. Yeah, so the case of if Snuggles a male or female, that has been solved. That has been solved. I'm 99.9% sure about that part. Snuggles, you ain't got to say nothing. You keep the mystery going, but I know the truth now. Shout out to my man Gabrielle in the building. And my man, shout out thank you for the super chat, brother. Tuition, yeah. Thank you very much. Also, Broderick's in the building. Good evening, brother. Good evening. He said, I like to hit that button, trophy yellow smiling. Yeah, Pete. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I've already hit it. Monk Mode is in the building as well. Love that picture, man. Love that picture. Nothing wrong with love, man. You know, I'm a child of love child. Venus is my planet. That's what I'm saying. Lover of love. Okay, let's scroll down. Let's make sure I got everybody. He said, Dre, did you tell Andrea what I said about the young lady? She's not crazy. That she's acting crazy, sitting up in bed, staring. Oh, yeah, I did tell her that story. I told you a story, bro. Yeah. That was okay. Yeah, I remember telling her that one. Stefano Kenny. Our Will is in the building. My man, Will be on tour too. He be on YouTube tour too. He be on tour more than Beyonce. I'm telling you, boy, Will be out there. Every live stream you go to, man, that's a good one. Will gonna be there. Shout out to you out of the haters panel. He had no smoke for you. All right, shout out to Will. I appreciate you, brother. Oh, my man. Oh, we got the imam in the building. Okay, yes, sir. All right. Imam Alfred Preach, former Baptist preacher. You are a good brother and future preacher. Man, I appreciate you, Imam. I really do. I really appreciate, man. You know what? The first It's been a minute since I've had a chance to speak with an imam, man. I appreciate you, man, more than you realize. For those you guys that aren't Islamic, imam is like the pastor or preacher or minister in the Islamic religion. So yeah, man, I appreciate you. Much respect, and I appreciate what you said about that. And actually, I keep my word with me. You guys may be, well, I keep my word with me. And Andre go to Bible study in church 3 days a week. Actually, 3 days a week. We're always in church. Get up in the morning, do our 5 a.m. Prayers and Bible study. So we're on top of it, you know. Plus, your boy got to work in his mouth anyway, so can't be a blessed man with cursed words. So I'm trying to get it together. I'm trying to get together, Imam. But thank you very much for being here. All right. Just bless my day, man. Just bless my day. All right, Will. Oh yeah, I did. Will. Shout out to Will. Rodney's in the building. Shout out, Rod. Salute from the 816 to the 21. Man, what's the 214? Man, I should know that one. Now I feel dumb. Hey, Rod, let me know 214 is. I don't know what the 816 is, but I forget what the 214 is. Shout out to you for the super chat. Yeah, Columbia, you know, Colombians can't drive for nothing, man. For nothing. They even tell you in school. I was like, why is everybody driving through the red light at night? And then I asked that question when I was doing my driver's class in school, and they were like, yeah, they say that part of the study is Dallas. That's what I thought. My close friend Sean is in Dallas. So whenever I call him, that's where I recognize it from. Thanks, Rod. But yeah, when I was in driving school, they recommended that in Colombia, if it's after 8:30 and it's at night, you just look both ways. You don't have to wait for the light. You just look both ways, no traffic coming, you keep on going through. And plus, certain neighborhoods, they tell you if you're driving through certain neighborhoods, yeah, you might not want to stop anyway. Not for a light on this corner. So they'll tell you in driver's class, yeah, and on the east side of Cali, yeah, you might not want to stop your car at a stoplight. You might want to look around, keep on rolling, player. Yeah. Oh, that's Kansas. 816 is Kansas. I said I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's what's up. Now I know. All right, let's get ready to get started with today's topic. Excuse me. Let's get ready to get started. Here we go. Successful steps. We got 7 to 8 of them. Okay. You guys might want to take a pen, a piece of paper, or get your mindset, or watch this again because it's very important. These are things that I had to do. These are things that I noticed that other guys have had to do. I don't care what race, color, or creed. I noticed this pattern that successful people that became expats did, and people that had to go back to the States and regroup because they didn't do these things before they left the States. So let's get ready. First thing is that successful expats do before they leave the States, they stop lying to themselves and to other people. Anything that you've been lying to yourself about, shut it down. If you in the habit of lying to you, you gonna take that same habit to another country and keep lying to you. This relationship really working out? No, it ain't. You lying to you. And guess what's gonna happen when you get to Colombia? You gonna meet a female and you gonna be lying to you. And everybody gonna be looking at you like, hey, bro, yeah, that relationship ain't working, bro. But I love her. I love my baby mother. I never let her go. That's some of you dudes in the States. You love your baby mother. You never let you lie to you. You lied to you about your finances. You lied to you about your habits that you didn't get rid of, that your dad or your mom had from back in the day, and now you had that habit. You lied to you that you, dude, ain't nothing wrong with you brothers that smoke weed recreationally, or you smoke, I hope I pronounced it correctly, recreationally. And all you dudes that have your little drink on the weekends and party, ain't nothing wrong with you brothers that throw the ladies a few dollars here and there in the States if she need a few dollars. But when it's a habit that you personally know is an interruption to your life goals, you got to stop lying to yourself about it, whatever that is. Whatever it is, let's be real, men. Come on. We all got something that needs to be worked on. So you're going to live and die working on stuff. But I'm talking about stuff that it looks okay and you can handle it and control it in the States because you can hide it easy in the States. Whatever it is you lie about, people have thought it was just a part of your personality, but you never really liked that part about you. But people just consider that, well, that is who he is. That is who she is. And so you just let it ride. You can't bring that to another country. If you a brother that walk around with the big mouth in the States and you think you big boss in the States, come on to Colombia where these boys got the machetes waiting for you. I bet you won't be running off your mouth here. And I'm not coming with threats. I'm just saying Colombian people aren't loud people. And so when they see a loud person, they're looking at you like, dude, it don't take all that. So there's some things within you that you lie about to you that you comfortable with them lies, but you can't take it to another country. Because you know what you're going to do? You're going to end up going back to the only country that tolerates the lies that you tell you, and that's the United States. I'm going to say that one again. If you don't get in the habit of stop lying to yourself about your money, about relationships, about your negative attitudes about life, about your health, about your lack of education, about whatever it is, if you think that you could just grab a suitcase and just walk into another country and walk into Japan, walk into Mexico, walk into Australia, and all the lies that you told you gonna be left in the States, no. The first thing that I noticed successful expats and travelers do to stay out the United States, and they are successful, they do not lie to themselves anymore. Bruh, it's been so long since I done told a lie to myself. Any flaws, I'm admitting them. Y'all hear me on the live streams. I tell y'all stuff it's amazing. I leave the States and I'm telling y'all, I'm doing all the taxi cab confessions now. Y'all know more about my secrets than I ever told while I was in the States. Why? Because it was comfortable for me to lie to myself. I could pretend in the States like I had never been to prison. I could pretend like I was just a six-figure dude all the time and I never made less than six figures. I could pretend in the United States like I was this or I had that or I was accomplishing this or I was smart enough. I could lie my ass off. I could look at a woman, I could look a female in her face, Keisha from around the way or Miss AKA. I could lie to all them chicks. But then I realized if I take this ability, this habit to another country, that's going to be my ass. I know how to lie in my own country. It's safe lying in my country in the United States because everybody else lying. But you cannot take that mindset to another country to succeed. So the first thing that you need to have before you head to somebody else's country, bruh, whatever it is that you need to work on, get to working on it. Whether it be you want to work online, start taking your classes. You want to get better with certain languages, start taking your classes. You want to not be a dude of domestic violence and want to curb your anger? Because if y'all think that we've been doing YouTube for almost 5 years. If y'all think that I don't know that some of y'all done whooped some women's asses over the years, you think ain't nobody ever walked in none of our live streams and they put their hand on no woman for no reason? Well, she started. I'm not talking about them. She started. I know how women are, modern women are today. They just violent in the mud, right? I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about some of you dudes that get off work, crack a beer just to go whoop somebody's ass by habit. Some of y'all whoop women asses as a sport. I was a good ass whooper last year, but this year I've gotten better. Some of y'all just whoop women ass just as for recreation. The rest of us going fishing and bowling and shit. You like, you know what? I'm gonna crack a beer, go in there and whoop Keisha ass, and I'm gonna get some sleep. You can't be bringing that to South America, bro. They daddies will bury your ass. And I mean that. That's one thing you cannot bring to. They got their own dudes that's whooping up on women. They don't need you to come over to their country and try to do what they do, trying to rule with an iron hand. You can't be doing that, bro. So whatever it is, you need to work on that lie. You need to work on why you doing that. For you insecure brothers, I'm getting kind of tired of you brothers that's wondering if Colombian women gonna like you, if Brazilian women gonna like you, will the Japanese women like black men? Bruh, get past that. If anything, the least common thing that they want to do, most women in other countries at least want to have sex with you. That's the least. Now, hopefully they're trying to get to know us as black men and white men and men as Americans just because we're good people. But for the most part, most women in other countries either want to have sex with you or get some money from you. But it's your job to have something extra to convince them I'm more than money and I'm more than sex. I'm going to say that again. It is your job to convince women in other countries right out the gate that you are more than just money and you are more than just your race and sex. I'm more than just a black man that can lay it down, a white dude that can put it on you, Asian dude that's going to break your back in. You always have to have a better mindset. So that's the first thing you got to do. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to other people. This part of part one. Bruh, I'm telling y'all right now, the biggest, best thing that I did, and the crazy part, I was able to get more coochie when I stopped lying to women. Bruh, the freedom you get when you no longer lie to women. The freedom. And some of y'all say, I don't lie to women. Negro, yes, you do. Yes, you do. All dudes have lied at one point in time or another to women. You want to go out to dinner? No. Yeah, I'll go out to dinner. You really don't even feel like going out, but you going out to dinner anyway. You got females thinking that they got a chance. That's the biggest lie. If you plan on being an expat, and I mean this, guys, in all sincerity, if you deep in your heart knowing that the universe has told you that it's your calling to live in other countries, not just visit other countries, it is your job to protect the hearts of other women by stop lying to them. That's walking into number two, stop juggling hearts. Number one, stop lying to yourself. Number two, stop juggling hearts in the United States. All that lying to women just to get some pussy, stop it. This ain't high school no more. Tell them straight up, I'm not going to live here anyway. When I was straight up, this is before I met Andrea and before I went on monk mode, bruh, like that year before, because mine was like a 3-year pattern. I had met Andrea like the year before. And then the year before that, I was on monk mode before I met Andrea. But that year window, like I decided to move outside the United States and I had a year window before I went on monk mode. Bruh, when I was telling chicks I was leaving, the freedom that I had. So here's what we're gonna do. We about to have sex. I'm about to take you out to dinner. Man, I was just, if they said no, I don't care. I don't plan on living here anyway. I didn't go through no arguments. All that what y'all go through in the States, I'll be seeing y'all. I'll be seeing y'all on different channels and YouTube and complain about the ladies and all the ladies in the States ain't right. I ain't go through none of that. The freedom of not having to convince women of nothing ever again in the United States. Here's what we're going to do. What are you doing right now? Nothing. I'm about to come pick you up. We about to go get something to eat. I'm going to bring you back to my place. You're going to have 3 orgasms over 2 bottles of wine, and I'm going to take you back home. They can either say yes or no. No more lines of lying to them. No more trying to convince them. No more trying to sit back and try to analyze what if she say this, I'm going to say that. As soon as they said no, delete, on to the next one. No more lies. And I'm going to tell you something. 80 to 90% of them said yes. Because they knew they could be a whore with me and it wasn't going to get back to nobody because I was leaving the country anyway. So they could be the nastiest, filthiest, smack me in the face, choke my neck, spit in my mouth, the whole gambit, bust on my chest chick, put it in my butt chick that she ever wanted to be. Why? I'm leaving. Who am I going to tell? She ain't never got to worry about that. Most of the chicks be waiting for a man to tell the truth. And half of them that told me no from the get-go, a week later, got her butt tooted up in my bed, and I banging her back out. Don't lie to women. Don't let them feel like they got a chance, because they don't. Don't lie to yourself and let yourself feel like this is the one. The Bible says God is not mocked. You ain't gonna play no jokes on God. If he set your universe up to where you were scheduled in 2 or 3 months or 5 years or 10 years to leave outside the United States, God is not going to play a joke on you and send you this wonderful woman that she's the, so you can lie to yourself and say, she's the one. One thing I stopped doing, I stopped having relationships in the United States. Forget that. Hell no. I'm leaving. I'm not building nothing. Ain't gonna meet your pastor, your imam. I'm not gonna meet you, nobody from the temple, nobody from the mosque, nobody from the church. I'm not gonna meet your rabbi. I'm not gonna meet your kids. I ain't gonna meet your mama, cousins. I ain't going to family reunion. We ain't going out to no dinners, no plays. Ain't gonna be no birthday gifts exchange. Y'all think I'm lying. This is literally what I was saying to women. A successful expat does not lie to himself, and he does not continue to tell lies to women. Only weak dudes do that. You know you live in the United States. Why are you building a relationship with somebody in your mind that, oh, she the one? Wait a minute. Didn't you just say 6 months ago God told you leaving outside the country? Yeah. Are you still living outside the country? Yeah. So how the hell is she the one and you still living outside the country and thinking about other women? And if she the one, how come you still going outside the countries like DR and smashing other women and then go back to the States and pretending like she the one? See, I didn't have to do all that. I could go to whatever country I want, smash whoever I wanted, and go back to the United States and smash whoever I wanted. Why? Because nobody got a lie coming out of my mouth. Nobody. When I started getting serious with Andre, guess who knew? Everybody. Everybody. It wasn't I'm talking about, it wasn't no 15 minutes later. It was like then and there. Once me and Andre was serious, it was then and there. Why? Because I didn't have anybody else I was serious with. So I didn't have to sit back, and I protected people's hearts. I didn't make women feel like they got a chance. I think I told y'all the story a couple of times when one female told me, she said, well, Andre, what if you don't leave outside the country? Can we be in a relationship? I said, that's impossible. She said, why is that impossible? Because I'm leaving outside the country. I wasn't going to lie to myself. And a part of me learning not to lie to myself is stop juggling hearts. Notice, I didn't say stop getting coochie. I say stop playing with women's hearts. That's the mistake a lot of us make, and it don't work. And we get so used to playing with women's hearts in the United States. And guess what happened when we get to Brazil? We get frustrated because we don't get nothing serious. Like, man, why can't I? I've been smashing chicks for 3 years in Brazil. That's cool. But man, I'm at that point where I'm tired of just smashing. I want somebody to just be my boo. I ain't talking about getting married. I'm just somebody that you just want to be serious with, and she's serious with you. But you left the United States not being serious with nobody, right? You left the United States as a liar to yourself and to women. So what did you do when you got to Brazil with your habit? You went to Brazil lying to self and lying to women. And you wonder why it's not working out. You's a liar. Some of y'all 52-year-old liars, 47-year-old liars, 39-year-old liars, 24-year-old freaking liars. You still lying. Some of y'all 63, you still a liar? If you still got to lie for some pussy at 63, 55, 42, 41, you still lying for over some. You lying to yourself. She ain't as bad as she seemed. Bruh, she is. I'm looking at y'all on every TikTok video. It's some domestic violence or some female in the States to put her hands on y'all. You go into court. You got to convince the judge not to lock you up after she done slapped you around. And you gonna lie to me, a man who was in the barbershop with you the whole time this was going on, and you complained about her for 6 months in the barbershop that she ain't about the right, but the coochie good. And now she done slapped you up 6 months later, you in court, losing hours at work, trying to convince a judge not to lock your black up, knowing 6 months ago she wasn't. But the day you stop lying to yourself about who certain women are, you ain't never got to deal with that headache again. The moment that you hear her say, yeah, I get a little jealous sometimes, or the first meal, soon as you hear her say, I get a little jealous sometimes, on to the next one. I don't care if she got the fattest, but Andre, let me at least smash it. See, that's what y'all problem is. You lie to yourself and tell you if you smash it, you're going to walk away. Some of y'all ain't got no walk away skills. I said it. Some of y'all ain't got no walk away skills. See, some do, like me. Remember how I always tell y'all to lie and tell myself why I never cheat on Andrea is because I don't lie to myself. I ain't going to cheat on Andrea with one woman. That is not going to happen. This is a truth about Andre. I come from a family of addictive behavior disorders. That's why you see me all them damn colognes back there, right? That's why I'm always a workaholic. I come from a family of addictive behavior disorder. When I went to the psychiatrist, found out what was going on with me and my family, then I realized Andre will never cheat with one woman. It will be 51, 61, 71 women. It will never be one woman. And since I ain't got time in my life to be with Andrea and 51 women, I keep my wife. I'm good. That trying not to cheat because I love her, that don't work. That trying not to cheat because I appreciate and care, that don't work with men. We still gonna cheat and still appreciate and love our women. But I had to find out what my thing was to not lie to myself. But you guys, just like I'm not a guy that's built to have to cheat with one woman, and I know it's gonna be a lot more. Some of you guys ain't built for the walk away. What's the walk away, Dre? Get the coochie and walk away. Some of y'all, if you hit a hot chick about 3 times, maybe 4 times, or you get a chick that'll let you bust in her mouth about 2 times, or you get at least a chick that lick your booty hole about 2 times, your walk away game ain't tight. You still less 6 months later. Feet propped up. Some of y'all gonna be with the same chick that you know ain't no good for the next NBA season later on this year. You gonna be in that same heifer house watching LeBron in his final years when you know you should have been gone before the NFL Combine started a couple months ago. But your walk-away game ain't tight. Some of y'all don't know how to get good coochie and just walk away. You treat good coochie like it's the only good coochie. I'm about to bust your head on something. One of the lies you need to stop telling yourself as a grown ass man is this: There is no monopoly on good coochie. If she had good coochie, eventually you gonna get some more good coochie somewhere. It might not be your next coochie, but eventually you gonna get some good coochie again. She may give you fire head. I'm talking about superhead where she's twirling it and doing magic tricks. She playing it like she Kenny G, right? Guess what? It's gonna be another one eventually come along. She can do that too. Stop acting like it's scarcity of good coochie, of good women, of good sex. Stop lying to yourself. That's number one. Number two, stop juggling hearts. Some of you dudes are in relationships right now. You've been in relationships for how long? 3 years, 2 years, 6 months? How long you been going to DR, Colombia? 6 years? Since you've been in that relationship, did you stop fucking in Colombia? No. Oh, but you're in a relationship in the States, right? You wouldn't want her to be smashing somebody while you in DR, right? She can't smash nobody while you in DR. While you in Thailand zooming your ass off. She can't have no extramarital marital affairs with the Jamaican that lives next door, right? You wouldn't want that, right? Okay, but you get to lie to yourself and say that you're in a stable relationship in the United States, but then lie to yourself and smash all the chicks you want in another country. You juggling hearts. I'm going to tell you the other part of juggling hearts that y'all need to stop doing. Y'all really, and this is irritating for me and to women in other countries. Y'all really need to stop lying to women in other countries. You dudes are so much in the habit of lying for some pussy in the United States that you will come to other countries. And what's the second thing you do? Notice I said second. First thing you do is crack your wallet out and you throw money. Ain't nobody asked you for a dime, but here you go. Because you don't trust your personality to be good enough. You don't trust who you are as a person to be good enough for these women. So you just start throwing money, bottles in the air and all that because you assume can't nobody like me outside of my money. Why? Because women in the United States treat us like that. So women in the rest of the world probably treat us like that, right? Hell no. That's you. That's you. And then the number two thing y'all come down here and do, y'all sell lies to these women down here in these other countries. Y'all know Colombian women, Brazilian women, women from Ecuador, women in Mexico. You know Latin women are sensitive than a mother. You know it. They cry at the drop of a dime. They cry when they happy. They cry when they mad. They cry when they sad. They just cry. You know Latin women are ultra sensitive to everything. And you will still bring your happy tail down here and tell a bare-faced lie. This woman actually thinks she got a chance and she met a good man. Finally, she met a cool dude. And it was you. And you sat up there and sold her all type of motherfucking lies. Stop it. Stop it. I didn't have to tell Andrea one freaking lie to get this relationship. The chicks that I met prior to Andrea, not a lie in sight. When I said I ain't got nobody in the States, I didn't have nobody in the States. At that time, I was on monk mode, so I wasn't even smashing nobody in the States. Why? Well, I'll tell you what my number one reason for going on monk mode was. It wasn't necessarily because I didn't want the ladies to distract me from my goals. That was one reason. But my other reason was, some of you fellas, I'm going to say something that you ain't thought about yet. That's your problem. And this was my problem. And then I realized it. A lie I had to stop telling myself. And this is one that you guys may think about. You ready? This ain't for every dude, but some of you guys, check it out. Ladies, take this to the beauty salon with you. This is a good one. Some of you dudes, you got relationship sex. And that's all you know how to have. Some of you dudes got relationship sex. I got partners. These brothers could run up in 50 females, leave, and it's as if they never met. Not Andre. Every one of them got to be made love to. I got to put the best of best of Luther in the background. I got in my mindset, if there's no music going on, I got music. I'm stroking to Silk. There's a meeting in a bedroom. I got all this going on. I'm caressing it. You know, most dudes spanking on I'm caressing the backbone. Whisper in her ear, this the best you ever. This ain't the best, baby. This just your favorite. This ain't the best. Girl, stop all that crying. This ain't your best. This is not your best. It's just your favorite. Tell me it's your favorite. Say thank you, Andre. By the time these chicks get done nothing, they looking at me like, I know you gonna call me tomorrow. I know you gonna take me out to dinner. I'm gonna introduce you to my pastor. My daddy been waiting for me to meet a man like you. See, some of you dudes are like me. You don't need to be having a bunch of sex. Like I didn't need to be having a bunch of sex when I went on monk mode because I got relationship sex. And many of you dudes are like me. My partners, they can just be like, bam, bam. I got mine. Sorry, girl, you ain't get yours. And they can they take a shower, put their clothes on, and walk on out. Me, nope. I be looking at them all in the eye. See, some dudes, some of y'all dudes, y'all good. Y'all better than me. Y'all can have sex, no eye contact, no kissing, none of that. I'm pulling out the blindfolds. I got her all strapped up, hanging in the air. I got her wondering, like, she's sitting back thinking, like, this was the first time I ever realized I had a coochie. She's sitting up there making baby plans and picking out baby names. Talk about wait till my pastor meet him. That was my problem. And once I realized, and I mean that in all sincerity, and that's not I said it in a joking way, but that's a reality that I had to come. I wasn't like most dudes that was like bam, bam, you can hit. No, I'm sitting up there hitting it from the, you hit it from hitting it from the back position. It's not bent over, but you have a laid flat on the bed and you hitting it from the back. And she crying and you just soaking up tears and sweat. Yeah. And then you get up and you expect her not to cook you breakfast. See what I'm saying? Shout out to Jay. At least somebody gonna tell me I ain't lying. Thank you, Jay. I ain't the only one. God dang. Y'all had me thinking I was the only one. I'm being serious, man. I mean, I'm being so sincere. So sincere. My boys used to tell me, see, you don't know how to just hit it and walk away, Dre. You got to sit up there and be making love to every chick. And once I get done doing that, he said, we got 84 people in here in the building, 71 likes. Get the likes up, guys. Thank you very much. Actually, we're at 93 now. Thank you very much, guys, for clicking the like button. But thank you very much, Jay, for the truth. And that was one of the reasons I went on monk mode, because I didn't want any woman in the States to think she had a chance. Because if she thought she had a chance, then here I go lying again, being the person who I don't want to be, a liar. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. You know what one of my biggest tools of lying was? My sex. My sex would lie to them thinking that they found the one. And you got women that'll say, ain't no sex that good that made me. Any woman that, come on, guys, we all grown. We all done been there and had a woman that we didn't put that thing on her, and she thinks she about to cook some breakfast for us, make us a meal. She about to go she about to knit you a sweater. She's sitting up there calling her grandmama. They having a prayer meeting about you. In the name of Jesus, my granddaughter that met the one. Thank you, Lord. They having a prayer meeting. They put a prayer circle on us all over the rotary phones. The old school rotary phones, grandmama calling up all the other grandmamas having a prayer meeting because her granddaughter done found the one because you done put that relationship sex on her. Your sex game lies to women, and some of you guys don't realize it. And I had to come to the conclusion, even if I didn't lie, my sex, which is built for relationships, y'all caught that? My sex is built for relationships. That's why it's so good as relationship sex, because it's only supposed to be, at least my kind, is for relationships. Some of you dudes could just dog coochie out. I ain't built like that. I like to see women bust all over the place and be screaming and crying and tears and be holding you tight and I ain't daddy, poppy. That I'm built like that. I'm sorry. Maybe it's a part of my ego. But at the end of the day, my point is, if you're like that and you know that you're like that and you're not lying to yourself anymore about that, don't hurt anybody's hearts in your new country and don't hurt a woman's heart in your old country. Stop juggling hearts. That's my number 2. Let's go on to number 3. Número 3. Successful expats, I've noticed, limit their spending and their exposure in the United States. The closer you get to leave the United States, the more you don't give up about what's going on in the United States. Another racial issue takes place. Police officer beats the hell of another black man. You feel bad about it, but your picket sign days are over. You done put your bullhorn away. You might give a little bit of money towards protests. You may give a little fundraise drive towards a cancer society, but you ain't all out there picking and walking down the street. Them days are over. You move to another country, all that being heavily involved, going down to city council meetings and all, ain't no more of that, bro. You gonna notice slowly but surely your exposure to friends and family members that don't understand you becomes more and more narrow. You start hanging around more people that think like you and understand you. It's so many of y'all that put in the comment sections over the years. Some of you guys have sent emails and ladies have sent emails about the fact that, and the brother was just telling me when I was dropping him off at the airport about how his family does not understand him, how his father does not understand him. He said, I got into an argument with my best friend about DR. He said, well, my best partner who has never gone anywhere argue with me about DR, the safety, because his best friend is in the military and's got like these super different clearances, right? And he's like, well, in Dominican Republic it can be kind of dangerous and this and that. And he's like, dude, all that, most of that stuff that you're hearing, that's like in certain areas of DR. That's not the whole island, bro. Well, he sat up there and shouted this man down. Your family members and friends, you're going to notice if you're going to be successful as a passport bro, your exposure to them in regards to talking, you're traveling, or as expat, your exposure to having conversations with them about other countries that you've gone to, you ain't going to talk that much about them to them anymore like that. You'll talk to them about the football game, the family reunion, who gonna be at the picnic, all that stuff. Keisha pregnant, she about to have a third baby. You'll be talking about all that stuff. But when it comes to what's going on in your life and traveling, you won't be talking to your coworkers about it. You'll just be doing it. You just be on do it mode. By the time your coworkers find out that you coming back from a trip, you like 5 trips to Colombia deep this year. Oh, you just got back from Colombia? You look like, what y'all talking about? This is my 5th trip this year. What y'all talking about? You just don't expose people to it anymore because they don't understand you. Let's be real. That's why I always say I have love, appreciation, and need. I'm put out there. I ain't one of the brothers that's so manly. I can't use the word need. I need you, brothers. I need people that think like me, understand travel, understand different currencies of the world, understand investments and properties in other stuff, parts of the world, understand how long it takes to learn languages, understand the mindset of women in one country compared to another country, understanding the laws and the policies and the nationalities and the mindset of one country over another. My family and friends don't understand that yet. But you brothers do. You ladies do. I need y'all. None of this would have happened. Because if I would have had depended on my friends who love me, my family who love me, I would have never made it to Colombia. Never made it to all the other countries I traveled to before Colombia. You remember, statistically, you know, I'm always throw this out there. 68 to 72% of Americans ain't gonna move their tail from nowhere. Nowhere. Your family is in that. Your friends is in that. If you got friends that's in Indiana, they ass gonna die in Indiana. They got a 72% chance of dying in Indiana. How they gonna tell you about India? If you got friends that live in Columbia, South Carolina, they got a 72% chance of dying in Columbia, South Carolina. How the hell they gonna tell you about Columbia, South America? Come on. You want to gab off and brag to and show photos to? All those people ain't even got a damn passport. They can't tell you about none of what y'all bragging about. You coming back from DR, you just so happy getting off the plane, telling your families and friends, hey, look what I got. Look at my phone. I went here. I did. They can't relate to none of that. None of it. You just got back from Thailand and you went to the Philippines and then you went over. You say, I'm in Thailand, so let me shoot to the Philippines. Then you went to Cambodia and then you say, you know what? While I'm over here, let me go ahead and hit this country over here. You come back showing photos and you go back to the barbershop showing them Negroes can't relate to none of that. Shout out to you, brother. Yeah. None of that. They ain't built for that. We are. That's why we had the WhatsApp groups, the Facebook groups. Shout out to Aaron for making the Passport Bros app. So dudes from around the world can, no matter what race, color, creed, can relate to each other. Women can relate to each other as well. Because when it comes to this traveling and you American, can't nobody relate to you. Americans don't go nowhere. I'm going to say that again. We don't travel. We think we travel because we see our group out here in the world. And we think that people in America travel like statistically, Americans don't go no damn where. You can barely get an American to go to Jamaica or not Bermudas, but Bahamas. You can barely get an American. 50% of all passport owners in America use it to go to Canada. You can't get Americans to go no dang where. So for you to sit up there, you think you be so hyped. You be so hyped when you go back to the States because you be feeling so good. You can't wait to tell your partners and be like, dog, y'all should have came. Dog, you missed out, dog. Man, and them dudes can't, you talking 3 leagues over their head. You talking 15, 16,000 feet above sea level. They can't relate to what the you talking about. None of that. So now your exposure to the what's going on in the United States, you like, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't got nothing to do with them. Let me go and get myself take care. He said, what's up in Canada? Cheap meals? It's close enough. That blew me away when I read that stat. 50% of all American passports use their passports for Canada. I'm like, so okay, so I guess, I mean, I'm from Detroit, so I'm used to going to Canada all the time, but So that's the best that y'all can do with all these passports. Y'all think y'all doing something. I use my passport. I go to Canada. You what the? I don't know. Niagara Falls, Toronto, couple Canadian football, good fishing. Hey, there's some good fishing in Canada. I can't deny that part. Kenny says, living abroad, you can't worry about everything in the States. But let's stop right there. Absolutely correct, Kenny. You can. I think I put that down. That umbilical cord to the United States, you got to let that go. I'm going to come back to your comment in the section second, Ken. A successful expat knows this. Your exposure to the United States it should be limited to your family, your friends, and your finance. Keep up with your family, keep up with your friends, and keep up with the development, growth, and the political landscape that impacts your finances. Other than that, I can't dude, y'all got so much going on social media. I'm gonna tell y'all something in all sincerity. I can't tell y'all who half y'all rappers are. 90% of R&B. I can't tell you what songs on the radio. I don't know who got a new album out. I don't know the Desperate Housewives or what city is out. I don't know none of that stuff, bruh. I live in a whole new, not just in this country. I live outside the United States. My country is the world. I care more about the next country I'm about to go see than I care about the country I used to go live in. I spend more, if I'm going to Europe, like we're going to Europe in September, right? It's my job to focus on what the hell going on in Europe over what the hell going on in the United States. If it does not impact my family, my finances, or my friends, I am not studying the United States. You got some dudes, man, that could tell you every rapper, every singer, everything about what's going on in the United States, and they living in China. I can't tell you a damn thing about what's going on. Dude, I'm telling you, I can't tell you what Kanye got a new album. Dude, Kanye probably came out with 3 albums. Drake probably got 9 albums since I left. I don't know what the fuck going on. I do not keep up with the United States other than sports. I can tell you about sports or maybe a good movie, but no. I can't keep up with all your mass deletions. I'm sorry. I don't keep up with it. I don't know who's the big pastor of the churches these days. You had Joe Osteen. I don't know who in line now. I don't know. I don't keep up with nothing that takes place in the States. That is not your job no more. And some of y'all are scared to admit that your job in the United States, as far as knowing what's going on in the United States, that's one of the reasons why you're not a successful expat. Because you too nosy about what's going on in another country. If you want to stay in the United States and stay in that rigmarole, I'm going to throw the old word out there, rigmarole, keep your happy tail in the United States. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with staying in the United States. Stay like everybody else. You live in Philly, you die in Philly. You live in Oakland, go ahead, die in Oakland. You live in Phoenix, Arizona, statistics say that's where you're going to die. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Long live the United States. But you cannot try to be successful in another country and keep up with everything like you used to in the United States. That is not going to happen. And you can't bring your United States mindset to every country. Like when I'm driving and I'm in the United States, you see a red light, no matter what time of the day it is, you stop. You look around, just wait. Here in Colombia, they tell you at 8:30, just look around and keep on driving through that red light. Well, in America, this ain't America. Andrea, boy, I kid you not. Bless Andrea's heart. Bless this woman's heart. Man, Andrea had to use that line on me so many times. My first couple of years of being married, Andrea used her number one line. Andre, this is not America. Andre, this is not America. Andre, well, this ain't America. But in my country, this ain't your country. Like for 2 years, that was her line. Andre, this ain't America. We patient at our restaurants. We take our time making the food at our restaurants. We don't just rush. We wait here. We're patient. This is not America. Seriously. Let me go back to Kenny and then we'll come back to the rest of you guys. Oh, I didn't hit your mom. I was hitting Kenny. Let me see. We'll come back to Kenny in a second. Kenny says, living abroad, that you can't worry about everything in the States, but need to focus on where you reside, where you reside abroad. Correct. Like when Kenny was telling his stories when he was living in Germany. And Kenny's got some of the most amazing European stories, man. Amazing stories. And none of them was about the United States. Amazing stories. He said, Dre, you said it right. You have to cut ties and can't live in two countries to be successful. Remember, like I always say, guys, some of you guys have heard me say it, some guys haven't heard me say it. When I left those 10 years of doing federal prison, federal time, we had a saying, you look back, you go back. Prison system has an 85% recidivism return rate. That means that 85% of people that go to jail, they coming back. That's why we say if you look in that rearview mirror in that car, when they take you to the bus station, or they take you to the airport, and if you look in that rearview mirror and you look back at that prison, you're going back. Because it's something that made you look in that mirror to kind of have a subconscious, wow, 10 years of memories. My boys, I wonder what they're having for dinner. Whatever it is. So our motto was, if you look back, you go back. So you always made sure you never looked in the rearview mirror until you knew you was away from the prison. Some of y'all looking in the rearview mirror. That's why in order to be a successful expat, you got to stop doing that. You got to let America handle its problems. Just like if I moved to France. Let's say we moved to France. We know that France has been protesting over the last few months about the changing of their Social Security policy, meaning that it went from age 62 for retirement to age 64. And they've been tearing everything up. It is not my place to go to France and pull out a picket sign just because I moved there. It is not my place to go to my new country. I don't know everything about Colombian politics. You will not see me walking down the street. Hell no, we won't go here in Colombia. I am not singing We Shall Overcome in Colombia. I don't care what black people going through in Colombia. I got to let them go through their process like we had to go through our process. And when it comes to the States, I am not about to go on YouTube and fuss about what's going on in the States. Officer killed somebody. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't live in America anymore. And even when I got ready to move to outside the United States, I had to realize that I am an expat, expatriate, meaning I have access to a planet. I'm not going to cry and whine about what's going on in one country if I can't help them all. And since I can't help them all, at the same time, I will help financially United States give to the NAACP. Here you go. Give to the Children Cancer Foundation. Here you go. Give to whatever it is, to your local synagogue or church or temple. There you go. But as far as me being in another country and fussing about what's going on in the States, hell no. You will never see me cussing and fussing at y'all about what's going on in the States. I could care less. I treat the States like I treat Greece. I don't know nothing about Greece, and I don't know nothing about the States. It is my job to enjoy the country that God has put me in at this point in time in life. And then when I get to the next one, to enjoy that one. I'm a man with a passport. I'm a globalist. My favorite statement in regards to this with Chuck D. When Chuck D got done from doing travels outside of hip hop, just his own world travels, Chuck D went back to the United States and said, I am no longer a black man. I am an earthling. He said, I am no longer just a black man. I'm an earthling. That's a cold line. That's me. I never forgot that, man. Long before I got my passport, I never forgot that line by Chuck D. And that's me. I'm an earthling. I have access to the whole, dang near, not all, but dang near the whole earth. I can't keep up with the problems of the whole earth. So I'm not going to keep up with the problems of a country that I'm not in and I can't do nothing about. I know that's going to hurt some of y'all feelings to realize you can't be the rescuer of the United States as you become an expat. You can't be going to city council meetings like you used to. You are not part of the NAACP board membership anymore. No, let it go, bruh. Let the person who's going to live there be a part of the board of the NAACP. Let them go to the fundraisers and all of the fundraising dinners that I used to do all that. Put the tuxedo on, looking good, and your bow tie, and I did all that. On my lunch breaks, down to city council meetings, hanging out and talking to senators. Yes, that was me. Once I decided to become an expat, all that was done. It's time for the next generation and the next group of people that's going to rescue the United States, get the rescuing. But as for Andre, I am an expat. Even before I left, I want to be successful at that. So he's absolutely correct. Shout out to Bobby checking in the building. He said, you have to give New Yorkers credit. They are the only people from the United States that you will find all over the world. Man, you got to give New Yorkers credit. They're the only ones in the United States that you'll find all over the United States. Where you from, New York? Man, this is Phoenix, Arizona. How you get out here? New Yorkers be everywhere, man. I ain't even lie, boy. If y'all don't leave Florida alone, man, we so mad y'all coming down there to Florida. Y'all all over the place in Florida. Shout out to Jabbar. He's only 30% of all Americans have passports. That's sad. Even less for black people. That's outside of military too. So the number among the I'm going to pronounce this wrong. The mahogany folks is 3%. Oh, talking about us is 3%. I do business with folks around the matrix. We definitely behind the 8 ball, business and social wise. Correct. Mahogany. That's what I was trying to think of. Mahogany. Thank you. Shout out to Kings of Dreams in the building. Make sure you guys subscribe to this brother's YouTube channel. He's doing some great things. Channel is growing. He does some excellent interviews. Lamar is in the building. He said, I believe it or not, one of the main things keeping me from moving overseas full-time is gun rights. Believe it or not, when you go to other countries around the world, you really don't need gun rights like that. Here in Colombia, most of the people that end up something happening to them are locals. As far as deletions, you don't find that many deletions in foreigners. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna give you Medellin just for an example. Medellin on average, 1.4 million visitors every year. We're talking about Disney numbers, right? Disney Orlando gets 2.2 million a year. Of that 1.4 million, usually it's about 40 Americans that come up deleted. Whether it be by over drugging, whether it be, which is a rare case, they got shot, but usually it's like over drugging or, somebody kidnapped them and they just chopped them up. 40 people. Now, sadly, nobody wants anything to happen to anybody. There should be no people. But if you got 1.4 million people, even Orlando has got more than 40 people that's coming up missing. Every time you turn around, Florida man this, Florida man that. Always blaming us for everything. So the gun rights, the average countryman, they really is not like the military about to turn on them tomorrow. And all the gun rights we got, and we self-deleting every other day. Every time you turn around, either it's an individual self-deleting or it's a group of people that's just self-deleting other people, and then they self-delete themselves in the United States. You find more cases, think about it, you find more cases of self-deletion or group mass deletion in the United States than you find people that actually had to delete somebody to protect their families and property. That's the crazy part about the gun laws of the United States. It's good that that person had the protection for their property and their family to protect it. That's great. But statistically, you just put it on, I'm a Libra, put it on the scale. You got more people mass deleting than you got people that protect their families with the same arsenal. You put all the people that mass delete and self-delete on this scale, and you put all the people that protected their families and had to delete somebody, it don't even weigh out. Yeah. He said, this is probably the only country where I can defend myself effectively. I kid you not, in most countries, you ain't really got to do all that. You really don't. Dude, I used to stay strapped in the States. I'm just like you guys, all Americans, Second Amendment, all that, the same thing. I was the same way. I kid y'all not. And then when they sit back and they say, well, in Colombia is this, Colombia is that. I say, the one thing I can't say about Colombia, ain't no mass deletions going on. I can't remember the last time they just sat back and just swooped through and mass, other than try to steal somebody's land, take somebody's property. You know, the dudes that's in the jungle doing all that stuff. That's one thing. But I'm talking about just regular people in the grocery store, minding their business, just got back from the imam and spending time with him. And the next thing you know, that same congregation been mass deleted. You ain't gonna see that in most countries. Nope. You got countries like Australia, just modern as the United States. I forgot they gave a statistic on Australia. Like, it's been so many years when Australia changed their gun laws. It's been so many years since they had a mass deletion. And I don't think they even took all the guns away from everybody, but it was just they made some changes. But y'all can walk around, like I said, if the United States, my country, tis of thee, is the place where you need to be, keep yourself there. Stay. This conversation is not for everybody, brothers. It's not. That's why I started off in the beginning saying some of you guys are just passport bros where you just travel to other countries. There's nothing wrong with that. This conversation is for expats that desire to become an expat and want to make sure that they have the right mindset. So when you do finally leave in 3 months, 3 years, 15 years, 10 years, when you finally leave to live in your new country, you ain't got to take your ass back to the United States because you fumbled the ball in your new country. That's what this conversation is for. But I agree with you, brother. You're right. The gun laws and the rules are different in different countries. Shout out to my man, D South Crown, 35 in the building for the $5 super chat. He said, true what you're saying about people back in the States can't relate. They can't, brother. He said, I've been dealing with that for a while. I just want you guys to know, in all sincerity, you're not alone. And I think that's one of the things that you guys bless me with the most. If you guys have done anything for my life, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, you make me feel like I'm not alone. You let me know, Dre, all of us with passports that are really traveling for real. You ain't the only one, bro. You ain't the only one. The family members and friends, they scratching the back of their head like, why does he keep leaving the country? He must be doing something. Other. If all of them say the same thing to us, we gonna get kidnapped. We gonna get this. We gonna get that. You can go to Sweden and they gonna say you're gonna get kidnapped. You heard about Sweden? They kidnapping people in Sweden. They gonna always say something about somebody's country. Ain't that where all them white people are? Why you go with all the white people are? They're always something. Always. You going to Austria? What you going to Austria for? What you doing? Ain't got nothing to do with the reason why you want to go. We got 99 people, almost 100 people in the live stream. Click that like button, guys. So we already talked about lying to yourself. We already talked about limit your exposure and limit your spending. That's another thing that you're gonna notice when you become an expat in the United States. You ain't buying none of that book. That trick of capitalism, you capitalize. You are not a consumer like that no more. You are not a consumer like that no more. The new LeBron's coming out. I don't give a care. I'm not about to spend money on LeBron's. Why? Why? Because you know the new country that you're going to, you can get those LeBrons for less than nothing. Secondly, those LeBrons ain't gonna get you no more coochie like they do in the United States. See, putting on the fly LeBrons, got you a nice little fly car, got you a nice little fly outfit on, got your smell goods on, you got your breath smelling right, you heading out. It's Saturday, Friday night, just got paid, parties jumping. Got you. Got you. That's the United States. You got your gold chain hanging, just a dangling. That's the United States. You feeling good about it? Nothing wrong with you. Ain't gonna overspend because you go into countries where you can get with a 9 in that country, and you ain't got no gold chain on, no LeBrons. I be seeing these dudes down here in Colombia, man. These dudes be with, they don't even be having Air Force Ones on. They just be having what, Converses, Adidas, and be with some of the baddest chicks on their arm. And I'm like, how is these dudes making only $275 to $425 a month with her? So I figured, man, I ain't about to sit up and overspend for women in countries that can't even relate to me anyway. In regards to me wearing my gold chain and walking down the street with my big watch on and all. You don't overspend anymore because you're preparing yourself for your new country. You ain't clubbing like you used to in the States, because you look at the clubs in the States like, so this all I get, just one shot for $25, just one shot of liquor. That's it. $25. And you looking like for another $25, I could have VIP'd in Colombia all night long. I got a waiter coming through. I got 5 chicks at the table. We enjoying my bottles of aguardiente. We dancing salsa all night. I'm taking at least one of them back to my spot, have a great time. And the whole thing was only for $50. And then you go back to Chicago, you get one shot. One shot of brandy, huh? For that's all I get for $25, huh? So you start to realize it real quick while you in the States. Yeah, I ain't about to do this. Even if you got the money, you feeling like you get, hey, how many of y'all make decent money, but when you got back to the States, you still feel like you was getting robbed? How much for gas? Even though gas prices have gone down, you look at us in Colombia, because gas prices here, like in Colombia, is like $1.90 something, right? A gallon. So you looking at, I saw Andre filling up that big ass truck, and he ain't pay no $5, $6, $7 a gallon. He ain't pay no $4 a gallon, $3.95 a gallon. You still feel like, even though you got the money, as soon as you get back to the United States, you like, this is just a sandwich. $17 for a sandwich and a soft drink. What the? You start to realize, even if you got the money, you just ain't comfortable with spending it like that. Because the rate of return, the more money you have, especially if you're in business, the more money you have, and you go and you VIP in the States, even name the state with the hottest chicks. Just put the hottest chick state, Florida, Miami, LA, whatever you want to think about your area, whatever you think your area, your city got the hottest chicks. You go there, you VIP. 2,000, 1,000 to VIP that night, right? Living it up. Your rate of return of hot chicks in the States compared to if you came to Colombia with that same 1,000 and you had like 4 Venezuelans at your beck and call. On your left, you got 3 Colombians and 1 Brazilian sitting at the end of your at the end of your couch in the VIP. That's a whole different rate of return compared to if you got the best in America. You like, so it's the best that American can give me, huh? This is I got 2 chicks that's obese and 1 blind girl. She all right. And yeah. And I just paid $1,000 of VIP and get these ungrateful ass American chicks on the other side of my rope. Yeah, this ain't fair. You just be looking like, so this is it. This wasn't even worth. This is like a no IP. It's like a NIP, an elemental P. Like, this ain't worth it. After you done went to South America, you got money. You spend not even a fraction of that. And the women that you have on your VIP section are some of the most beautiful women you ever saw in your life. And you go back to the States and you VIPing with that. You need your ass whooped. You can't VIP in the States no more after you done VIP'd in other countries. You can't be going to Sweden with all them beautiful, tall, 6 feet women in Holland, Sweden, Norway, Iceland. You done went and smashed some of the most beautiful blue-eyed, blonde hair, brunettes, dark-haired chicks that you ever had in the top of Europe. You smashing chicks all in Iceland, all in the Blue Lagoon, and then you take your tail back to the States in VIP with these old regular 5'3", 5'4", 5'2" American women with attitudes, and they want to cuss you out if you don't buy another bottle. And so this is the best that you're gonna get, huh? That's what you VIPing for in America? Shh. I wish I would VIP in America. I wish I would. I'm barely clubbing in America. I went to the club, man, when I went back, man. My boy asked me, was I all right? I sat there in the corner like a little virgin. I just sat there with my little drinking hand in the corner. My boy was coming over. He's like, man, you all right, Dre? You cool, dog? I said, man, I'm good, brother. I'm cool. He said, man, you ain't want to talk to none of the ladies? You good? I'm looking like, hey, fellas, is it just me, or when you travel outside the United States enough, your eyes get spoiled? My eyes, like, dude, I don't see nothing to talk to. Man, all these bad bitches in here, you don't see nothing. Look at all these, look at her, man. Look at all that. I'm like, dog, what? I'm like, bro, you will never see me with nothing like that. Never. Nah, bro, I got a passport. I pass. When you got a passport, your passport doesn't necessarily mean that you always can get it to another country. It also means that you pass up some bullshit in the States. That's what it is, the passport. I pass. You want to date me? I pass. Hey, you want to go here, though, bro? I pass. Hey, you want to, I pass. Your passport make you pass bull that you would have tolerated without it. Ain't no way in heck. You're like, man, you all right, Dre? I'm like, nah, man, I'm cool. It's our VIP eating in the supermarket restaurant in Cali. Yeah, for real. For real, but they got some nice ones for real in the restaurants in Cali, in the supermarket. I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, dang. Mad at you, girl. Shout out to Kings. Gail in the building. Shout out to Miss Gail. I miss you, Gail. I miss you. Shout out to Miss Gail. Make sure you guys subscribe to Gail at Night's channel as well. Gail, make sure you put your information in the chat so we can make sure we subscribe to your channel. All right. Also, guys, make sure you support the channel. We only need 2 people tonight to join the Patreon. We appreciate that. We are night. Yeah, man. With bonnets and sandals. Even y'all fine women in the United States got to have a bonnet or a sandal somewhere. At least here in Colombia, when you see them with a bonnet on, that's because they've been either following what women in the United States do. I'm talking about Afro-Colombian sisters. They like, well, I want to be like American sister. So they put the bonnet on. But most of the time, you see a woman down here in Colombia, she wearing the hair wrap, the African style hair wrap. If she want to wrap her hair up at night, she got the hair wrap. She got ain't no bonnets to be found down here. Yeah, man. I'm just putting it out there. I do not. I don't miss those hair helmets. Weave. I'm sorry. I don't miss none of them hair helmets. I miss none of that. None of that. I don't miss not being able to run my fingers through a woman's hair. I don't miss not being able to tug that hair. Tug. You just tug. I'm a tugger. You can't be tugging on a woman's weave. I don't miss none of that. I don't miss the fact that you can't tug like you want to. Like she about to fall out the bed. You just tugging so hard. Yeah, man. I love natural hair. Even when I was dating the Afro-Colombian sisters, I knew that was hers. That was, whoa. I could tug with the best of them. But yes, yeah. Shout out, brother. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much for the super chat. Let me make sure I hit everybody. Gabrielle. Oh, I think I hit Gabrielle earlier. Good looking out. All right. Let's go to the next one real quick. This is gonna be one for you. I don't want to keep it long, but this is one for you, guys. Especially guys, ladies. I'm more in control of this, but guys, if you plan on being a successful expat, I'm gonna come back to you, Gail. I see a couple of y'all tuggers too. Y'all some tuggers too. Y'all get the tugging on that head. Get the tugging. Yeah, I'm just saying, man. I'm a tugger, man. I'm a tugger, and I'm a considerate person with that. Like if you get, hey, fella, come on, fellas. Like if the person that you kicking it with is giving you fire head, aren't you courteous? Don't you wrap their hair? If she's got long hair, don't you wrap the hair up around your wrist and make it into a hand bun? Just all that hair just wrap around, because you courteous when they giving you that fire head. You don't just want the hair all in their face. I'm courteous, baby. You just wipe the hair out of her face and you just wrap it around your wrist and you got the fist bun. I ain't the only one to do the fist bun. Stop it. All right. Y'all be laughing at your boy Dre. He say, Dre, wow. Dre be telling the truth. He say, I love hair wraps. Yes, I love the hair wraps. They have quite a few made in Africa. Down here for the Afro-Colombian Festival, one of the number one things that women come from everywhere to purchase, all over South America, is to purchase those beautiful hair wraps that are done and get their hairs wrapped. Here for the Afro-Colombian Festival. You guys will be seeing that, who comes down in August, come down to Cali, Colombia. It's the 16th to the 21st. As soon as you walk in, you'll see all those booths of all these ladies lined up to get their hair wrapped with the hair wraps from the Afro-Colombians wrapping the ladies' hair in the African methods that was handed down through generations. So yeah, if there are any ladies watching, wear your bonnets to keep it from drying out your hair, and then put in the hair. Yeah, thank you. Even if you're gonna wear the hair bonnet for a particular reason, like, I'm drying my hair, I want to be, there's a reason behind it, but yet if you're trying to, who I still feel sorry for, Gail. Can I say it? Can I get it out the way before we go to the next one? I feel sorry for all you brothers back in the States that when you want to roll over and have you some nice midnight piracy sex, that's when you just take the coochie, even though she halfway asleep, and you wake her up with some good sex. You got to do it while she got this big, ugly ass bonnet on her head, and you gotta pretend like your woman looks sexy. It's already she ain't at her 100% form of sexiness because you waking her up. So she looking like, huh? Stop. Ooh. Okay. She waking up with that, right? So she ain't looking at her sexiness as it is. Fortunately, married to Andrea, Andrea, and I've seen this with Colombian women. They are some of the prettiest sleepers I have ever seen in my. Am I the only one that noticed that? These women in South America, you be looking at them and they sleep like, God dang, she pretty in her sleep. How she do that? No makeup and be looking so beautiful, just be looking like angelic in they sleep. Am I the only one? Tell me I ain't the only one that noticed this. Like, man, she is pretty in her sleep. Okay, I got you. Go ahead. Okay, cool with me. Yeah, but you be like, man, this is the prettiest sleep. I ain't slept with nobody in the United States that I looked at her like, man, she's so pretty while she's sleeping. Not one. I love you, sisters of the United States. I love you. But I ain't seen none of y'all that was pretty. I don't care how fine y'all are on the runway. But when y'all wake up or when y'all go to sleep, ain't nothing pretty about y'all. I be like, ugh. I'm gonna do it doggy style. Y'all don't be looking pretty as y'all sleep, but these women in South America, you be like, I gotta hit it. While she's sleeping, I gotta hit it. So my point is, yeah, them bonnets. But let's go to the next one because we're talking about intimacy anyway. Guys, if you plan on being, and I mean sincerely being an expat, you really already have plans in your mind that in a couple years you're moving. Whether it be once your kids grow up, or once your divorce goes through, or whatever it is, right? Don't be having no babies, no more babies. If your goal is to leave the United States in 5 years, do not be shooting up the club and having babies by chicks in that 5-year window. If your goal is in 5 months, you should not be shooting up the club in those 5 months. I don't care, 10 years. You better put a condom on it, bro. Because you don't want a disease, and you do not want a disease. You do not want a disease, and you do not want another shorty or your first shorty by women in the United States, not the woman. Not talking about the women in the United States, but I'm talking about the parenting responsibility, knowing that you're about to leave to go to another country. That I don't get. You dudes will sit up there and swear to the top of your lungs, I'm moving to DR and nobody can stop me. Kevin, I'm pregnant. What? You heard what she said. She pregnant. When all you had to do was wrap it up. My pullout game. This ain't high school, bro. You 42 years old. If you 42, if you over 35 and you still talking about pullout game, stay in the States, man. Stay in the States. Just visit other countries. You don't need to be moved to northern. You still like to lie to yourself. Either wear a condom or go on monk mode. But the last thing you need is to have another mouth to feed 2 years away from your 5 years that you told yourself that you're going to move to your favorite country. You made it 3 years. 3 years. And you good. And in year 4, Aisha pregnant. LaWanda pregnant. Tamika pregnant. Well, all you had to do was stop fucking or wrap it up. And I know that some of y'all dudes, after this live stream, you ain't gonna hear nothing I said. And you gonna do it. This is my sex life. I'm a grown man. Don't know another man. Don't. Do what you want to do. Soon as you get her pregnant, it's gonna be hell and high water. between you paying child support in the States and trying to build a new life in another country. Oh, don't think that I'm going to tell you like I always tell women. Y'all ready? Men and women are responsible for the pregnancy. Women are in control and responsible for the birth. If she decide that she gonna give birth, it don't matter what you say, bruh. That baby gonna come. That means that 9 times out of 10 in the United States, that child support coming right behind it. And all you had to do was sit your happy ass down on monk mode, not smashing. And if you gonna be smashing in your new country, because that's what I was doing. Dude, I got to a point I wasn't having no sex in the United States. None. Couldn't nobody talk me out of this. Nope. No. The more I want, hey, Andre, you horny? Yep. You better make some more money. Why? Because that's the only way you're gonna get to the sex. You got to get to another country. I took the responsibility for my sex life was taken out of the hands of the women in the United States. All of them. Gail, everybody, every female in the United States was friend zoned. Pals, buddies. That was it. I don't care how hot she was, how fine she was. If she wanted Dre, I don't care if she was walking up to me and she was wiping the drool off the side of her pretty face. I had so many female co-workers telling me that another female, she wants you, Andre. Who? Your girl. She wants you. I ain't noticed. You ain't noticed the way she be all over you like that during lunch break. You don't notice that. Yeah, but I ain't known that right now. Take your sex life responsibility out of the hands of the women in the United States and put it in the hands of the women in other countries. You want sex? Get your butt outside the country. If you can't get it in the United States, if you can't get outside the United States, like me, I wasn't going to get it, I guess. Man, you telling me all of them. I had so many female colleagues and friends and networks and associates. Why? Because I put them all in the friend zone. And that's what made it so easy for me to be honest with them also. Andre, you should be married by now. You should have some kids right now. You should be saying, no, I shouldn't. I should be in Colombia right now. I should be in DR right now. I should be in China, Singapore. I should be everywhere else but this right now. You brothers got to stop busting up in these females having kids, knowing that your true dream is to live in another country. Some of y'all brothers, come on, let's be real. Some of y'all brothers cannot move out to another country because you're a responsible father and you got another 16 years to go. So all you can do is be a passport bro. But here's the part. Your 2-year-old, you had while you were making plans to move to Zoom to Thailand in 3 years. You made it through your first year, and then you bust a nut up in that female, and now you got a 2-year-old. And you got 16 to 18 more years to go. So now all you can do is visit countries. Or you can live 6 months in and 6 months out. But you'll never, because you're a responsible dad, you take care of your business, hats off to you. But you got 18 years in purgatory. In the United States, out of the United States. But you'll never be full-time out, you'll never be full-time in. Y'all got to stop that bullshit. It's not cute, it's not funny, and you over 35. If you can control your nuts after 35 years old, stay in the States. I mean it. And I'm giving you the facts that look, You do not find successful expats with a bunch of kids left in the state. That don't happen. A newborn back in that don't happen. I ain't got no newborns back in the States. Name one expat YouTube channel that you watch. They got some kids back in the States. Ace. Check and effect. Me. Tailor-made dreams. Who? We ain't got no bunch of kids left in the States. And if they do, they need to have their ass back in the States. My point is, you cannot be having newborns. Even if you got one that's 6, 7, 8 years old, you can live in the States 50% of the time and, you know, back out of States 50% of the time. That's cool too. But that having newborns, y'all got to stop that if you think you're going to be a successful passport brother. That statistics are against you. Let's put it like that. Not saying that it can't happen, but the stats are stacked against you, man. I kid you not. Shout out to Gail again. D-Man's in the building. Shout out to D-Man. He said, as my first Brazil and Thailand trip, it was over. He said, American women became invisible. See what I'm saying? Super Mario game over noise. Yeah. That's serious, man. I'm with you on that one, brother. I'm with you on that. I'm like, well, why am I whining dining? Why am I whining dining chicks that if these chicks were in Brazil, they would be a 3 or 4? I'm gonna say this again. Thank you again for the super chat. D-May, check it out. You go to Thailand, gorgeous women. Brazil, the most gorgeous women. And you are expected to pretend like you ain't seen none of that, experience none of that. Once you get back to the States, and you're supposed to wine and dine these chicks that if they were in Brazil, they would be a 3. I expect a $400 dinner on our first date, and you cannot have any coochie. Heifer, I just got back from Brazil. I don't take out American 3s anyway. I am a 7. I even called Kevin Samuels, and he told me I was an 8. Baby, you are a 12 for the United States. But for the rest of the world, you are a 3. And all I see is 3. 3, 3. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You are a 3. Sprinkle on that, okay? This brother was 100% correct. You can't just all of a sudden forget what you experienced in these other countries, and these women in the United States be talking to you crazy. You be like, what? Take you out where? Come on, babe. I don't date in the United States. I don't date. He say, tug that pony. Yeah, tug that ponytail for real. That's right, Edward. Shout out to the tuggers out there. I ain't the only one. BLOK turn me into hairdressers. When they get that brain, get that fire brain. You be like, let me get that hair. Let me take care of your hair, baby. Get that hair out your eyes. I don't want you to be distracted by nothing. Just take care of your business. You put it in that fist bun, and it'll be nothing but hair wrapped around that fist. But when you got a female that got the weave, you can't be doing all that. You scared. And if you do it, just do it. You all dainty and be all tender with it. Like, if I pull too much, would a ponytail come off? Shout out to all you guys that dealing with the ponytail. Shout out to all the ponytail players with the women with the fake ponytails. Hair wraps are beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, those bonnets are y'all funny. Oh man, y'all funny. Y'all made my day. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there, Ant-Man. I just proved that you could unlearn all the BS your mama taught you. Fact, man. I'm still unlearning half of that stuff my mom taught me, man. Like, I'd be like, in my mind, I'd be like, Dorothy, really? Really? Why'd you have to teach me this? And then the other part, I got to deal with my DNA. Shout out to Chopper Pot TV. My DNA that I got from my father's, that player side. So I got to fight against that demon. Shout out to Chopper Pot TV. Make sure you guys subscribe to my boy. This is my dude right there, Mr. Brazil himself. Mr. Brazil himself. Twan is in the building. Twan says, nothing will make a woman in the States more happy than to trap a passport, bro. I say the opposite. Twan, I beg to differ, my friend. The worst, and Gail, you can share this one with all the ladies. The worst man that a woman in the United States could ever date is a man with a passport. We are horrible. Do not be in a relationship. Hey, I'm putting it out there now. Ladies, don't be in a relationship with a dude that's a passport bro in the States. Don't date us. You can mate us, but don't take us serious. Don't think that we ain't thinking about another country. Do not think we ain't plotting on our next trip, because we always plotting. I don't care if it's this year, next year. He is plotting. Do not think that he gonna be faithful to only you if he got a passport. Baby, the biggest cheaters are dudes with passports that can cheat in several countries. I'm telling you now, do not trust us. We are not to be trusted when you got a man that's in the States looking at all these females that think that they 8s and 6s, and you are a 4 and a 3 in the countries that he just came from. As soon as you act like you want to get an argument, you ain't pretty like you. You remember how she used to be cute and pretty when she first argued? You be like, oh man, she's so cute, even though she mad. Like Neil said, I like you, I love you when you're mad, or you angry, you look so cute. Not no more. You ain't cute like when you see a Brazilian woman mad at you, and you looking like she might be mad, but God dang, she fine. The worst person to date for a woman. You need to ask us in advance, what school you go to? I went to so-and-so and so-and-so, baby. Oh, where you originally from? Well, you know, I was born and raised in Houston, but my daddy and my mama from. Do you have a passport? Yeah, I've been traveling for 10 years. You need to tell her to get her ass up from the table and run before she ruin her life. Because I'm going to tell you something now. We the worst mother you ever want to date. I'm going to break your heart every time every time I pass an airport. Every time a plane fly overhead, you're going to be looking at me like it's my ex-girlfriend. What you looking at? Why you want to know? You looking at airplanes again, ain't you? Anytime you see me just sitting back watching passport bros on YouTube, I'm on Instagram watching just people just flying off into the jungles of Bali. I'm sitting up there. Had your wives, had your mamas. I'm telling you, passport bros are the worst motherfuckers that you ever want to hook your sister or your girlfriend up with. Don't be hooking. Hey, I got a partner. He cool dude, make good money, take care of his responsibilities. First thing she come out of his mouth is not what he look like. She should be saying, do he got a passport? What does that matter? You trying to hook me with one of your passport bro friends? Girl, stop tripping. Just because he got a passport, that don't mean you ain't gonna get my heart hurt, because we gonna be some heart-hurting motherfuckers. No. If it was up to me, every dude that was trying to hook a female up in church, sister so-and-so, meet brother so-and-so. He's been part of the deacon board for the last 5 years. All right, brother so-and-so. How you doing, sister so-and-so? I'd like to have a Bible study with your fine. Brother so-and-so, may I ask you a question? Yes. Do you love Jesus? Yes. May I ask you one more question? Do you own a passport? Why, yes, I do. Pastor? Get behind me, Satan. Y'all go ahead and try to keep on. That's part of lying to yourself as a passport bro. You want to sit up there and lie to yourself and think you're going to treat American women good. No, you ain't. I know I wouldn't. Man, please. If I wasn't with Andrea, man, there'd be some angry ass American women. Cause A, all of them in the friend zone. A, B, if I dared to ever kick it with a woman in the United States, she is number 2 to whatever women that I'm kicking it with in the other countries. A woman, you can marry a woman in the United States, and she's still gonna be number 2 to your passport and your women in other countries. You can be already married in the United States and they passport, and she's number 2 to your passport, and whatever woman that you got in Brazil, she's the real number 1. Who you got in Belize, she's the real number 1. The woman that you got in El Salvador, she's the real number 1. The one you got in the United States, she's your wife. Last 10 years, convenience. The coochie just so happened to be right next to me. Convenience. That's the only reason we marry women in the United States these days. I'm in the same country. She's in the same country. Let's do it. But other than that, y'all gonna keep on hooking the women up with us, man. Y'all gonna be the kind of, hey, y'all think the women be on emotion pills and suicide watch as it is, man. They the passport, bro. I'm a key his car up. I'm a bust his windows. Chick, I'm outside the country. I won't know until I get back anyway. So by the time I find out all that, you're gonna get arrested anyway. You can't get that immediate reaction like you get out to do it in the States. Like a woman in the States could bust somebody's window. I'm gonna bust his window, and you get off work, your windows bust up, your tires all flat, and she get that initial reaction like you like, oh my God, she done told my, Not with passport bros. You done told my, I'm out the country for 3 weeks. I won't know for 3 weeks that you done told my the initial reaction that you was looking for, it ain't gonna happen, boo. It ain't gonna happen. And you tearing up my car is only gonna remind you that my boo in Brazil is my number 1. That's all you gonna do. You just gonna remind me why my Colombian is number 1 and American woman will never be my number 1, even if I was married to an American woman. You dudes gonna be having y'all passports. Y'all gonna be at the wedding altar with your passport all on the inside right here, right next to your little flower bond. Little female gonna be coming down the aisle, your wife in the States, walking down the aisle. Her daddy so proud and crying, mama crying, your mama crying, and you got your passport right here. Can't wait till you get past the honeymoon, seeing her happy butt home, and you can go on your next trip to Thailand. Please. I had to let all that out. Oh, let's see what Gil said. Said, if I had a man, I was knowing that he was moving overseas, I just hold off. And when they hear you talking about leaving, it puts a target on your back. And here they come. Hey, big head. Yeah, that's true. Everybody wants you when you're ready to leave. Man, my phone was blowing up. Don't you want this coochie? I know you want this coochie. Come get this coochie. This phone blowing up. I'm like, nah, that's how, I'm getting coochie in other countries. I'm sorry. You be ready to apologize to chicks that you don't even like. I'm sorry, baby. I just don't have no taste for your coochie no more. It's Americanized. Girl. I'm sorry, girl. I don't eat American coochie. I'm sorry. You don't eat American coochie? No, girl. If it's in the States, I don't eat it. No. I just don't mess with American women. It's just something about the coochie. It's not the flavors that I got different flavors now. Ant-Man says, Andres, oh yeah, I went there. Shout out to Ant again. Salute, bro. You are correct. They can't relate and they don't want to hear our experiences. They waste your time don't waste your time trying to explain. Shout out to CS Talk for the super chat. Yeah. Don't even waste your energy on it. That's so true. Let me scroll down to where you guys are. He said, not if I have a wedding band. Nope, not even if I had a wedding band. Yeah, that's for real. We had to stop talking about leaving now and stay quiet. No, for real. Just roll, man. Just roll out. Passport pookies. Yeah, they got enough passport pookies that's gonna be going back and forth that they can marry. They don't need us. They do not need us. Next one that we're gonna go through real quick is we talked about the understanding. Oh yeah, you gotta forgive. I'm gonna come back to you guys in the comments in a second. Next one you got to do if you're gonna be successful as a passport bro. You gotta clean your spirit. You gotta forgive some people or some stuff that did some stupid shit to you, and you gotta forgive yourself for some stupid stuff that you did to other people. I was not the best of boyfriends. Wasn't the best of husbands. Great. I was good enough to make it through for 14 years. I wasn't the best. I'm a way. If I was to, I would if I was to grade my husbandry in the States, I would put myself as a C minus, B plus husband. I was there, but I wasn't there. I was in, but I wasn't in. We took all the photos. We looked good on paper, but in photos, but yeah, it wasn't arguments and fights all the times. It just was. She wasn't there. I wasn't there. More like a C minus, D plus. Now, this marriage, oh man. Andre, you're talking about Andre's behavior and the enjoyment of the marriage. I give it A minus. The only reason I put a minus in because every couple has work. Every couple has work. No marriage is perfect, so I give it an A minus. But this marriage, please, dude. I'm tell y'all something. Being married to Andrea and being in another country, even have me scratching my head like, man. I got the best life. I got the finally, you know that life that you've been busting your ass to get. You like, finally. That life that if you died tomorrow, you finally got a chance to feel that life. That life. And not because of a person, but because of the whole grand scheme of things. I can say that, man. I got a pretty good life. Life is not perfect, but I got a pretty good life, man. But yeah, man. But the key part was for me, I had to learn to forgive myself for not being the best husband in the first marriage. A lot of times when divorces happen and you stop lying to yourself, you got to stop lying to yourself about everything now. And all the stuff that you lied to yourself about, the type of husband you were, or the type of boyfriend you were, or the type of boy toy or just lover you were. Some stuff you had to admit that you was in the wrong too. And you had to forgive her and you had to forgive yourself. Somebody still owes you $500. You got to forgive them and let it go. You about to move to another country. If you can get to 500, cool. But don't be walking around in the airport on your way to Belize with your mouth poked out because you couldn't forgive somebody what they did. Well, my mama did. She did, bro. My mama did a lot of crazy things too. And my mama didn't always bake milk and cookies. Sometimes she did. And sometimes she was out there baking other stuff such as crack cocaine. But it was what it was. And I had to forgive and move on. I can't keep blaming. I had to forgive the United States for all the bullshit she taught me. United States made it seem like us black people in the United States was the only one that struggled. And then I get to Colombia and Brazil and find out there's more blacks in Brazil than there is in the United States. And they have plights and issues that they're fighting for. But let the United States told me, hey, don't nobody go through what black people in the United States go through. And I've come to other countries to find out that was BS. Everybody got struggles that's just as harsh as what we went through. Everybody felt them chains on their necks. They were in the bottom of that boat. But the United States, they taught us as black people from other black people that we was the only one with the chains and made it seem like the whole 125 million bodies at the bottom of the ocean that did not make it to or I think 125 million or 25 million, something like that, that didn't make it to make it across the ocean because the boat sank or the people jumped off. They make it seem like it was all people heading to the United States. All of our people that died in the transatlantic slave trade. I had to forgive the United States for lying to me about my own Black history and telling me only 6% of the story, because the other 94% of our story is outside of the United States. I had to forgive him. I had to forgive the United States for all that she's done to me as far as racial issues and police brutality. I had to forgive all that stuff. I couldn't come to other countries, talk about Black people and the plight of Black. No, bro. No. Black Brazilians go through hell, but their plight ain't my plight. Afro-Colombians go through hell, but they hell ain't my hell. It's not my job to come to these other countries and whine about the plight of United States while these other people already have a struggle. They don't need to hear me, Trayvon Martin, crying while they're going through their own issues here in Colombia. Let me understand what they're going through. Now, like I said, I ain't pulling out no pookie sign for them, and I ain't pulling out no banners, or I ain't walking. Ain't no we shall overcome. Them days are over. But as far as at least understanding that I have to respect the plight that Afro-Brazilians and Afro-Colombians and Afro-Argentinians and Africans are going through, I have to respect that and not come over here and try to one-up them with, yes, y'all going through stuff, but we going through this and we going through that in the United States. No. Forgive the United States for what they did and stop holding on to that plight. Watch it on the news like I do. Watch it from afar. Pray for people. But as far as the anger having towards the racial supremacy, white supremacy in the United States, I don't live in the United States. So I'm not about to sit up here and walk around with the bitterness as if I still live in the United States. I'm still mad at the white man. No. I don't live in the United States. And so I'm not going to be walking around with that type of unforgiveness and weight on me. My life is peaceful than a mother. And part of it is I decided to leave the United States, and I decided to leave her system and how she handled things. United States, we already know she's a white supremacist country. If you white, you right. And that's how it is in the United States. So, hey, we can get some of it as Latins. We can get some of that money as Asians. We can get some of that money as people from India. But the United States, you can be white and you can't do no wrong. We know it's already wired like that. And guess what? I'm not about to come to another country and be boo-hooing on my flight over to my new country because of what happened in the United States. You got to learn to forgive, bruh. You got a partner that disappointed you back in the day. He slept with your girl and he busted her up in her asshole. Guess what? He can't take that comeback. He busted her booty. He busted your girlfriend's booty. Let it go. That was when y'all was 17 years old and you still holding on to it. Let it go. You got a boss that you don't like. You can't stand him. He get on your last nerve. Bruh, you about to move outside the United States in a few years. Stop tripping on your boss. Get that money and get the hell out of there. All you hustlers out there. All the scammers out there. If you plan on living outside the United States, you got enough money in your scam, stop it. All y'all getting street money? I know it's going to always be people getting street money, but I'm telling you, you can't take that street money mindset from one country to another country, because if you don't know that country and you go ahead, come on over here and you get caught in Colombia. See, it's one thing to get caught in the States, you know the stateside jails, but if you get caught in Colombia, in them airports, lo and behold, you will never be seen again. Your mama won't see you again. Only person that's going to see you is DC Rob doing an interview live of Kevin from jail in Manizales, Colombia. What happened, Kevin? Tell us your story. Well, I was scamming in the United States and I thought I could scam in Colombia. I came over to Colombia to be a scammer and it didn't seem to work. You got to forgive, bro. You got to let some stuff go. Your ex cheated on you. That's why she ex. You got to forgive. You can't be holding on to emotional weights, stuff that weighs you down. Like I said, I had to forgive myself as an ex-husband. Man, this husband here is like light years ahead of the one who I was the first go round. We do. And that's the last thing that I want to. I'm going to the comment section, but that's the last. That's the last thing that I want to make sure that we remembered to be successful as expats. And I'm going to go through the list real quick. To be successful as expats, you got to stop lying to yourself and lying to other people. Stop that. You're too grown for that. Your exposure to people, you're going to put a limit on that and put a limit on how much and how you spend your money. Even if you have a lot of money, continue to be as wise as you were to cause you to acquire that money. Next one, having kids outside of wedlocks. Man, dudes, a newborn will shut your game plan down. And a lot of you guys know it. A lot of you guys make about a good, let's say you make 60 a year. Let's say you make 55 a year. A newborn with child support, that's going to shut your whole game down. Ain't no more flights to DR. That money going to child support. No more for zooming that $1,500, $2,000 flight to Zoom to Thailand. You ain't zooming nowhere except to where you could buy all of the kids supplies. You zooming to where books are sold, kids books and uniforms. That's where you zooming your ass to. Ain't no more zooming to Thailand no time too soon. You zooming to buy bikes, big wheels, green machines, all that. That's what you zooming to. Little cute electric cars for the kids, Christmas toys, all that. Tutoring, you getting all that. You zooming lunch money. That's what you zooming to. Just because you want to bust a nut in a female in the States. For one nut, you done tore all your little dreams down. One freaking nut, one orgasm fucked up your whole game. Bruh, it ain't worth it. Like I said, the next one is forgive yourself. Do not come to another country with mental baggage. Even if you got to get therapy for it, like I did. Do whatever you got to do, but don't be coming to another country with that baggage. Next one is juggling hearts. Do not be juggling hearts, man. Having women over here that you lying to in Colombia, women that you got in the States that you lying to, and each woman think they got a chance. Don't lie to women. Tell them the truth. I ain't gonna be here in the United States. Do you still want to fuck me or what? That's how I was doing it before I went on my. Please, everybody got the truth. Everybody, I was equal rights. Women want equal rights. They were getting equal truth. Did nobody get it? Everybody knew I was leaving. Long before I met Andrea, everybody knew I am not gonna stay here. Are we gonna fuck or what? And most of them was like, you know, I'm tell you something about women. Women respected two things. This is how I got the coochie. Two things. Two. They respected the fact that I didn't take their choice away with a lie. Because when you lie, you take a woman's choice of whether I want to be with, what she want to sleep with you or not. You take that away in a small sense because you lied. And because I was honest. Do you know how much honesty coochie I was getting? Oh my God. I'd be like, man, if I knew this, I'd have been honest at 13. I kid you not. I dare you, the next piece of coochie you go try to get, be honest, 100% honest, and watch what happens. She either gonna say no right there and come back in a couple of days, or she gonna say yes right there, and it's gonna be on for the night. I kid y'all not. And you know how straightforward I am with you guys about it? This is literally how I would talk to them. I kid you not. Here's what we're going to do. That was my line. That was my number one line. I still say that to Andre. Business side. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out to this restaurant. But with women in the States, that was my line. Here's what we're gonna do. Boom, boom, bam, 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 boom. Let's go. And most of them will be like, okay, cool. And the ones that say no wasn't meant for me to smash at that moment. Next one is don't expect your people to understand. We talked about that. Don't be expecting your family, your friends to understand what you're doing. You're going to be, dude, if you wait until people understand what God has put on your heart to do, bruh, you will not get much done in life. Hey, I know we've been sleeping on these floors and, and mama back been hurting. I'm about to invent this thing called a bed. A what? Go with me now. Roll with me. It is soft. I'm going to make it off of like a soft material, a big thing I'm going to call a mattress. And I'm going to keep the bed up off the floor so mama don't have to sleep on the floor no more. She can sleep on this thing called a bed. That don't make no sense. Everybody sleep on floors. That a bed, what's that? That's gonna take up too much room in the room. Ain't no, we could get 10 people to sleep in this room. As soon as you put a bed in here, we can only get like 1 or 2 people sleeping in here. This is stupid. That's a dumb idea. Who gonna want a bed? Ain't nobody gonna buy that stuff. A bed, that's the stupidest. Girl, come here. This Negro said he want to invent a bed to put mama on it. Why you want to put mama on something? All of us can sleep in this room. Then you gonna have this room just for mama? You will never have people understanding you. Stop waiting for your family and your friends to understand you, even your kids. It is your vision. Lastly, make sure that you stay financially focused. Whether it be learning a new skill, career, whether it be buying an online business, whether it be whatever it is, be financially focused. Don't overspend. Don't just blow your money like that's the brand newie. Yeah, that works when you lived in the States, but that brand newie is not even here. Some of y'all, like I said, y'all like to wear the Versace shirts and all of the fancy. Anybody wearing it over here in Colombia to get no coochie? You crazy? You ain't gonna get no coochie, no fast with a Versace shirt on. And it ain't I told y'all last week, ain't no timer that you could put on somebody's wrist and find out how much faster they get the coochie compared to a dude in a white t-shirt. I'm not saying dress like a bum. What I'm saying is all that they taught us in the United States that you gotta have in order to get the coochie, you don't have to have all that, big ballers. You really don't. So be financially focused. Be in a position where you know, like, hey, it's going to cost me this much per year to live in this particular country. So let me put myself in a position to make that much per year and then build on top of that. I'll tell you what I mean. When the brother when I was dropping him off at the airport and he said 60,000, I said, if it were me, I would make. I said, this is what I did. I said I would make 30,000 and build on that 30,000 in my new country, compared to waiting in the United States to get to 60,000. I said, you're going to be in the United States for another 7, 8 years or 4 or 5 years to get to 60, 70,000 when you could have came to Colombia once you hit the 30,000 and built on top of that with online opportunities. Some of y'all be thinking that you need 100,000 to move to Thailand, and Tailor-Made Dreams and all the rest of them brothers keep trying to tell you, and Zoom to Thailand keep trying to tell you, it don't take 100,000 per year. So why you trying to make 100,000 per year when it ain't gonna get you no more pussy in Thailand with $100,000 compared to whatever the cost of living is in Thailand to live really nice and live really good like Richie is. I think Richie told me he's at like where he lives, and his expenses are like $2,800 a month. So why are you trying to sit back and make 10,000? I'm gonna make 10,000. What for? The coochies don't get no wetter for 10,000. So if I could get to 2,700 a month, and I can zoom to Thailand, and I can live in the country that I've been dreaming of living in, and I can build on that 27,000. Now in 3 years, I'm at 10,000 a month. You can't tell me nothing. That was 3 years of time that I can enjoy my favorite countries. Compared to you dudes that sitting around acting like I need at least 100 a year. For what? Just admit that you're scared to relocate outside the United States because that's all you know. You can travel outside. You got the balls to travel outside the United States. You got the balls to have sex outside the United States and party outside the United States. But when it's time to really put your money where your mouth is and relocate to the other side of the world, you can't do it. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You just like 72% of the United States. You ain't built for this. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Keep your red, white, and blue ass right in the United States and just travel to other countries. Be a passport bro. But as far as the rest of us, be financially focused. And I promise you, from examples from Tailor-Made Dreams to Zooming to Thailand to Ace Live, all these 6-figure, 7-figure dudes, your boy, we came over with what we had and built on top of it. And as the years go by, we continue to build. But because of this, the one thing that you can't get back is your time. And if you spend another 5 years in the United States trying to get to that 100,000, when you could have been out that motherfucker once you got to 30 or 40,000, 40,000 will allow you to live your best life in most countries, 40,000 a year. And you gonna hang around that motherfucker called the United States until you get to 100, that time you can't get back. Just think about if I had waited, and I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna stop beating this dead horse and go to the comment section. Just think about if I had waited, in all sincerity, until I made 100,000 to come to Colombia. All that time I wouldn't have had with Andrea. All that time when I meet you guys wouldn't have never happened. All the places that we traveled to wouldn't have never traveled to them. This apartment, I would have never had it. The vehicle, my driver's license in another country, my credit line that I have in another country, I wouldn't have had none of that. Medical insurance, my health wouldn't have been what it is. All because I was waiting to get to 100,000 in the States, or 80,000 in the States, or 60,000 in the States. Yeah, when I get to 60,000, I'm out. What's the cost of living in the country that you're trying to go to? 25,000. Well, why the fuck are you trying to get to 60,000? You telling me you could be in upper middle class at 25,000 in that country you're trying to get to, right? Yeah. Then why are you still in this motherfucker trying to get to 60,000 when you can go there if you're already at 25,000? You can live the best life that you want to live at 25 in that country that you want to go to, and you can build on top of that till you get to 60 in a couple of years or the next year or in a couple months. You gotta stop using money as your fear tool. Sometimes y'all use money as y'all excuse for being scared. Just say you're scared. I was scared. Man, you think this moving to another country is just easy? You got ex-military dudes that still hesitant to move into other countries. Why? Because everything ain't backed by the military now. All you got is your pension. So you ain't got nobody to tell you when to get up, sit down, tell you when to be responsible in another country, tell you ain't got no MPs to watch your back and make sure you don't F up. You ain't got none of that. It's you and your military pension. That's it. And some of y'all are so scared, you ain't leaving, even though you got experience with being in other countries. Just say you're scared. Because I was. It wasn't easy, bro. And I did it at 50-year-old man. Like, it's one thing to visit Colombia. Can I live here for real? Ooh. And a lot of us are doing it. And there's so many brothers that live here that's willing to help you out. Once you plant down here, you'll never be alone. We all help each other out. Let me go to the comment section. There we can head on up out of here, guys. Yes, study body. Oh, yes, definitely study body language. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let me scroll down. Dip your hand in holy water. It'll start. I'm dipping in the conversation, or unless I'm behind in the conversation. Shout out to Drew in the building. Talk more about how a dude can live a life of $500 a month and get a sexy woman. Absolutely correct. That's somewhat what I was just talking about, Drew. Absolutely. Good point, man. You can live 500. Somebody, like I said, my man asked me, he said, well, how much does it cost for you and Andrea? Andrea and I, on average, are about, and that's including all our bills, everything, hanging out, doing everything, going to all the top-notch places. Andrea and I spend about, with two people, between 15 to, I'll say maybe 21 a month. And that's if we going out, like we going to rent a finca on the other side of the country and we're just eating and drinking top-notch everything, we might spend 21 a month. But we average about, and we don't skimp on nothing. We eat what we want, go where we want, do what we want. I buy whatever I want. But I like what Drew is saying. You can start with that 500 in many places. Many places. And build on top of that. But the time that you're going to be using in the States to just get to your $6,000 a month goal or your $60,000 a year goal, in other countries, ain't nobody tripping on your income like the States. Ain't no female going to be like, yeah, by the way, how much do you make per year? Do you have a degree? How many businesses do you own? That's some U.S. bullshit. They don't do that in most countries. Females are going to ask you them stupid ass questions. You know? If you're a cool dude, you making your money, and you treat her well, and you well groomed, you good. You good. Dude, I be seeing homeless dudes with hot chicks. Like, how is she on the road with this dude? How is she collecting cans with this dude? Does she not know how good she look? If she just get cleaned up? You right. Shout out to Law Dog in the building. Law Dog said, got here late, but what are you saying about life being much better with Colombia women? Is true. Forget the past. Yeah, for real. For real. Stop him if he lying. Y'all funny, man. Salute to Uncle Dre. Hey, make sure you guys subscribe to Jay Fleming. Shout out to Jay. Jay out there popping bottles. I saw you out there popping bottles today, Jay, on that video. Bobby's in the building. The U.S. is the master of propaganda. Yes, for real. Man, I just had to straight forgive my own country of lies that it told me about other countries. So many lies the United States told me. So many lies. Then when you get to these other countries, it don't be shit like the United States said it was. United States make it seem like every country, no matter what country, is impoverished. If you go to Spain, they're impoverished. If you go to Holland, they're impoverished. That's Switzerland, it's impoverished. Every country is impoverished. But we got some of the top homeless rates in the world. Bobby says, I do feel that we are from everywhere. Yes. So why not become an earthling? That's me, man. When I heard Chuck D said that, I was like, man, that's me. I'm an earthling. I'm an earthling. Jumo 500 is cutting it close about cost of living. Simply yes. Uh, he says good sketch 1,000 a month, possibly 500 difficult. I would. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I get that one. EMB. Shout out to you. If you doing 500, you doing it's possible, but you living like regular Colombians. Then you in zone 3 and zone 4. But if you try to live, a comfortable American life, because you don't want to backtrack, you don't move to another country and live in the hood if you don't live in the hood as in the States. So yeah, about $1,000 per month would easily give you a really nice home, a really nice lifestyle in many countries. He said I let that go. He said I let that go a long time ago because I know that I am in control of my own destiny. Oh, right, that's true. That's so true. Sherwin in the building. Shout out to Sherwin. Marcus Garvey was inspired by Martin Luther King, and Malcolm X was was an immigrant from Africa. Absolutely correct. Who inspired? I didn't say was. I said was inspired, but who is inspired? Yeah, no. Shout out to Kansas City in the T in the building. Prudent is a must. True. All right. Only thing I would add is finding a trusted local. True. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. To help show you the path. I agree with that 100%. Networking in your new country. One of the things that I often say this, one of the things of your trips, while you're taking those little short, excursion trips back, for example, many of us have been to Colombia maybe 4 or 5 times. In those 4 or 5 time trips, you should start collecting some numbers from local dudes, from local men and women that can help you once you move over, that can allow your trip to be a little bit more comfortable. So when you finally decide to move to Colombia or decide to move to Brazil, you got some people in your cell phone that you could say, hey, they're happy that you're here. You finally moved down here? Okay, cool. You want to move on so-and-so side of town. I'm going to tell you why. You need some people that can say, and I'll tell you why. Yeah, definitely. He says you have to put the confidence to the test. No. He said put the confidant to the test. Leave money sitting around. See, if you got to do all that, man, just get rid of that person. That's what I love about making life easier and smooth. If I got to do all that, she got to go. If I got to imagine myself having to do that male or female in my life, they got to go. Even if I might be wrong. Sometimes you got to let some people go, and you might be wrong for letting them go. But I ain't gonna be it. If my spidey sense is tingling, I ain't going through it. Let them order a drink, give them a large bill, and see if they no, I ain't going through all that. Nope. No more test. My days of testing and being tested are done. They're over. You see, Andrew is right. They wouldn't understand. Peace out. All right, Pete. Have a good one, brother. What is the best online opportunity? I started selling a mentorship. He said, I start selling a mentorship and only make $50, $500 each month. I need to get to 1,000 a month mark. First thing first is be patient with yourself. $500, that's not bad. Be patient with yourself until you get to that $1,000 mark. I kid you not, brother. The key thing to all of everything I said tonight is you got that. The glue is, including what you're talking about, is being patient with yourself. Be patient with the growth of your business. Give a timeline to it. You're going to have to market it. For example, if it were me, if I was doing what you were doing, I would hire people I would go to Fiverr.com. This is literally what I would do. I would go to Fiverr.com. I would hire people that market what I do. You might be great at creating the business part, but you like, I'm limited when it comes to marketing. I need somebody that could help me with Facebook marketing of this, somebody to help me on YouTube marketing, or somebody to talk about my product or service on a podcast. On Fiverr, it's all type of people that do that. For $5 or for $25, I'll mention your course on my channel for $25. I'll mention it 3 times. Cool. I'll pay that $25. Because when he mentioned it, all of a sudden I get calls from people that I would have never gotten calls from. I'll help you with your Facebook marketing for $75. You're like, $75, only make $500. But that's $75. I made $1,000 off of it because that person really did help me with my Facebook marketing. And I could do it myself. In order to make money, you got to put in money. But yeah, me personally, I would go to Fiverr.com. Kid you not. And I would hire somebody to do the things that I'm not the best at when it comes to the marketing side of the business, and let them market it for you. I'll be dropping my book in a couple of months. Guess what? I'm not doing all the marketing. No. I'm going straight to Fiverr.com or Upworks, and I'm going to hire a marketing team full of people and let them market their ass off. That's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly how you should do it. So, yeah, be patient with yourself and go to Fiverr.com or Upworks.com. Upworks is a little bit more expensive, but Fiverr.com, I've been using them since 2011 and never had a problem with work that they've done for me. Fiverr.com has helped build this channel, and they got the channel that we're going on 120,000 subscribers, Mostly Money. They help market that channel as well. Not with fakes. Now, and I'm not saying market with the fake subscribers. I don't do that part. I'm talking about as far as marketing, getting the word out. Hey, there's a YouTube channel that you might want to check out, which was ours. All right, Drew said, I already went to Drew. Preach, brother. Hey, Andre's in the building. Hey, sexy boo. That's my nickname for Andrea, sexy boo. All right, we got Jamon. Continue on to Andrea. Yeah, Andrea's in the building. Andrea loves to sneak off in here. Shout out to Law Dog. Law Dog, Andrea speaking truth. My online business isn't 100% ready yet. I'm going back to Colombia this year and build my business with less overhead. If more people were to listen to men like you, it's easier to build an online business when your personal overhead, for the most part, is between $500 to $1,200 a month. And now your affordability to put more money off into your business. That's how I did it. Fellas, I'm telling y'all, he really giving y'all the game plan of how I did it. Because the overhead of living in Colombia was so low, I could push so much money back into the business. Everything from these $250 mics, y'all know we got a couple of them around here, to $1,000 camera. The floating stick, that's $100 by itself. There's another $750 camera. The workspace, all this, all of it, all that we've acquired, all of the lighting and everything. We probably got in this business, including the marketing, everything, probably $5,000-$6,000. Easy, right? It's easier to create and build, not 5,000 at once, but like 200 there, 350 there, 1,000 here, 1,000 there. When your overhead is only $1,200 per month to take care of 2 grown people, $1,500 a month, 21 a month. It's hard as heck to try to take care of a business in the United States, and your rent is $2,500. Just the rent alone is $2,500 in your city, and you trying to build a business. Man, I'd be leaving the United States just to build a business because the overhead would be so low. Every time you bring in a profit, just think about it like this. And I'm not saying this in a braggadocious way, and I hope you guys aren't taking anything like this. One consultation pays our rent. One. We average about 10 a month. That's just on consultations. About 10, 15 a month. I think the largest I did was 21, and that was a bad move. That was a horrible move because I was just doing too much work that month, and I couldn't keep up and keeping everything correct. So I try to keep it like 10, 12 a month. If one consultation, not YouTube money, not affiliate marketing money that we get, not the money from Patreon, none of that, not money from all of our other investments, none of that, not crypto money, none of that. One consultation pays our rent for the month. Our rent includes 2 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms, 12-foot vaulted ceiling, island stove, brand new stacked washer dryer unit, all Wi-Fi included in this apartment, all the utilities, all the water, all the sewage, all that stuff, trash pickup, all that, security, and the parking, and the garage, indoor garage for our truck. All that is paid for. One consultation. Again, I'm not saying that in a braggadocious way. What I'm saying is your cost of living is so much lower in another country that if one consultation pays the rent, now imagine the monies from the other 9. What does that do? That buys the mics, the cameras, other investments. Keep your Vanguard account investments, your Fidelity up to par, Andre, your life insurance, Andre, medical insurance, Andre. Y'all see what I'm saying? When it comes to even moving to another country, even if you don't put women in the equation, the cost of living will help you out when it comes to overhead of your business. Now you could take that business to a totally different level, or buy another business that had nothing to do with the first one. That's why you want to do that. That's why I say, just like Law Dog was saying, get you enough money to get out the United States, and it's taking care of you every month. Then all of a sudden now you get to stack. Get to stack and stack and stack and stack and stack. And now you're like, okay, cool. Now I'm good. And next thing you know, 2, 3, 4 years, you at 6 figures, and everybody's looking at how the hell he gets 6 figures, and he live in Guatemala. How the heck he making 6 figures a year, and he living in Finland? Because the overhead in certain countries, and I'm not saying in Finland, but I'm saying in certain countries, is not as much as it is in the United States. Especially if you're living in California or New York or Florida or Texas. Yeah. Take that leap. He's absolutely correct. That's exactly, he really gave you guys my blueprint. This right here, this statement is literally the blueprint of how I did it. Literally, step by step, in one small paragraph. And I just broke it down in the last 15 minutes. Yep. Yeah. 2,100. Yeah. And we go everywhere we want to go. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. He said, I saw a trailer park driver driving down the east coast of Florida, United States. I was about to give me no, let me let that story go. The United States is not paradise from an outsider. it looks like hell on earth. Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's getting crazy in the States, man. Yeah, there's a lot of trailer parks in Florida. You're correct. Oh, we talking to Andre. You're doing the show inspiration for guys to move to Colombia. Hope to work with you guys soon when I come back. Oh yeah, man. Anytime you're down here, man, hit us up, man. One thing about me and Andre, man, we ain't funny style. A lot of guys be so surprised that I'm the same Andre off camera that I am on camera. I'm the same dude, just same regular dude. Same dude. Be excited to see y'all and everything. Absolutely build a local network to learn their language. Absolutely correct. Because with me, after I learned Spanish, then I got to learn the slang. Yes, learn the basics. There at very least. Absolutely correct. $500 for all that. Yeah, that's how much we pay. Yep, we actually pay. Actually, technically, yeah, that's what we pay with one consultation. What's your email? Let me put it in here once again. I put it in there earlier. Let me put my email in there again for you guys. Hit me up. So if you're looking for consultations, information, bada bing or bada boom, just hit your boy up. There's our email address. Yeah, man, boy, the United States, boy, they killing y'all on the rent. I swear. Ooh, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Y'all my heroes. I couldn't do it. I can't do it. You got apartments, man, that used to be like $1,100 going for $2,300 now. Oh man. Shout out to Shade in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He said, you'll have fun with that slang, Dre. Trust me. Okay, cool. Yep. I'm looking forward to it too. All right, guys. I'm up out of here, man. It's going on the 12:30 in the States, Eastern. It's 11:30 over here. Let you guys get some sleep, some rest. I'm about to hang out with your girl, Andrea, and give me some more water. And you guys have a great evening. Once again, my name is Andre. Love crossing borders. Let's see what he said. He said an average rent for one bedroom. That's in Nap. In Nap. Dang. Dang. It ain't got that expensive in Nap. Shout out to the 216. Man. All right. He said, I just successfully moved out. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Let you guys go. Once again, my name is Andre, and you are watching Love Crossing Borders. See you guys on Wednesday.